AEW. We have got so much to talk about. We have got so much to go through. It's very, very difficult to know where to start. There's so much. There's good things to talk about. There's bad things to talk about. But we're here. We're live. And very, very excited for the shows tonight. First of all, yes, I am looking fresh. Turns out I'm fit. Who knew that? I'm feeling super cute. But yes, of course, I'm getting ready for Wrestling Shop Live. So I went out and got the old beard sorted, got the hair sorted. This is what the hair can look like if I could be bothered to actually do anything with it. This is what my face would look like if I could actually be bothered to do anything with it. 99.9% of the time, I'm not bothered to do anything with it, which is why I tend to just put a hat on and let the beard grow as if I am just really a broken man. But I'm in a better place right now because we are getting closer to Wrestling Shop Live. Annual Wrestling Shop Live haircut has happened. That's right. Once a year. It is that time. I went in. They sheared me like they would a sheep. They were proper like, I was in there for hours. But yeah, as I said, I'm feeling super cute. So shout out to everyone that's in the chat. Now is going to affect this channel. So let's just wait. I can see there's people that are joining us all the time. So as we wait for people to join, then we will go through the details of what's happening. Thank you very much to everyone saying looking good. Thank you. My head certainly feels a lot lighter. Let's put it that way. I do feel a lot lighter. So, yes, let's talk about YouTube, okay? YouTube have said now that if you have any videos that are made specifically for kids, then potentially you won't be able to monetize them, which means you won't be able to run adverts, okay? Now, if you don't run adverts, you obviously won't generate any income. If you don't generate any income, this guy's got to go and find a job. Okay, so big problems here. To be honest, if it wasn't for the watch-alongs and if it wasn't for the theory videos, we would be done. Like, end of the channel. Goodbye. Thanks for watching. Wrestling Days is gone. Over and out, right? It's that serious. But because of the watch-alongs, because of our breaking news and theory videos, that don't feature toys and aren't aimed at kids, they should support us. Now, toy hunts, I am going to keep doing those, and I will tell YouTube they are made for kids. So we'll still do those once every few weeks, once a month, whatever it is. So they're not going anywhere. But you'll need to be subscribed to the channel because they're going to be very difficult to find. All of these types of videos now are going to be hidden on YouTube. This is very, very... I wish we could start with a joke, but this is very, very serious stuff. All of those types of videos are now going to be hidden. They won't get promoted. They're not going to generate any money. But I'll still do the toy hunts because I know people love them and I love making them. So there's no reason to stop that. But it does mean we've got to change things. If these watch-alongs don't generate money, if the theory videos don't generate money, it is game over, okay? We are done. So, for tonight, no Wheel of Fun. Let that sink in, because that could also be a long-term thing. Because we can't give away toys. We can't talk about toys. We can't do anything with figures. I can't give away figures because that's attracting kids, Even though I'm an adult and I've got a figure collection, they specifically mention toys. They specifically talk about figures. So there's no way I can give away a kids magazine. There's no way I can give away a figure. Now, we can still do giveaways on the channel, but they're going to have to happen outside of the watch-alongs. So I need to get my head around this. It's only happened today, right? It's only dropped today. So because it's only happened today, because all of this news has happened today, I've got to get my head around it. And We cannot afford, I cannot afford, we cannot afford for these watch-alongs to not generate money, basically, to not have adverts. So for that reason, we just cannot touch Wheel of Fun tonight. We can't do it. Hopefully we can find a way around it or do something, because it's horrible. The whole thing's horrible. And this isn't just this channel. This is going to affect a lot of channels. You will see channels actually disappear over this. This is massive news. Right, I need to do some shout-outs. Hello to Joe Burns. Hope you are well. Thank you very much for the donation, my friend. New Punk Rants says, what's up, Days? I am ready for AEW. By the way, I was in AEW during Omega and Moxley. Y2J is a great champion. Also glad to give money to help out. Thank you very much, New Punk Rants. I really, really appreciate it. I mean, what I would say is that I'm not looking to encourage that. Nothing's changed. Okay, nothing's changed. We're still gonna have a laugh. We're still gonna watch the shows. We're still gonna have a good time. Like, the watch-alongs, by and large, are going to be exactly the same. We just cannot touch a Wheel of Fun at the moment. We cannot touch a Wheel of Fun at the moment because I've got to get my head around what we're allowed to do now. Because if you actually read the new rules on YouTube, it says if the primary audience of your video is kids, and this isn't the primary audience of this, then obviously you have to say it's made for kids. But also, if you're doing things like you've got cartoons, or you include toys, or you do games, like all of these kinds of things, then they're saying that could then mean that your video won't get adverts. So look, it's horrific. It's out of my hands. I'm going to give it some thought. Let's see how all of this plays out. Shout out to Patrick O'Neill. Days Me and No Lean are loving the fresh new look. Thank you very much, guys. Appreciate the support. It's been a pretty rocky day today, because to be honest, I didn't even know all of this drama was happening today. I knew it was on the way, but I was under the impression it was January. I was under the impression that they were going to start changing things in the new year. So, yeah. There's, it is what it is. It is what it is, and we're just going to have to roll with it. Brian says you should do a Patreon. To be honest, I think we will be okay. I don't want to do that. This isn't like a charity thing, I please note, I am not asking here for donations, right? That is not what I'm doing. That is not why we do these streams. We do these streams because I used to watch wrestling on my own and I had no one to talk to. And I always wanted to do streams, but I had a job. I had a job. So for the longest time, I wasn't able to watch the shows live. But in early 2018, I gave up my job and I did YouTube full time. And since early 2018, that was the first point that I was able to start doing watch-alongs. And actually, I think it was the WrestleMania, around the WrestleMania in 2018. That's when we first did the watch-along. And we've not looked back since then, basically. We've been doing them. I've loved them. We've got a great community. There's, we have a good laugh and all this kind of stuff. And none of that will change. None of that will change. But there are going to have to be elements that have to change. I got to be honest, I'm looking at the championship game as well. They say that you can't have games. If you have games, that could encourage, it to be flagged as being, primarily for kids and stuff like that. It's a nightmare. I can't tell you exactly what's going to get it flagged because today is the first day. So, it's the biggest thing going on right now. I bet big YouTubers, like you mentioned, won't even be affected like always. It's bad, isn't it? It's bad. This is going to affect, it will affect a lot of people though. Even the big YouTubers, I mean, what's that guy's called? Is it Ryan's Toy Channel? He can't do it anymore. Ryan's Toy Channel can't be a toy channel anymore because, and I think it might even have been Ryan's fault. Thanks, Ryan. But I'm sure there was some lawsuit, and it was because of Ryan. Some kid was watching his channel, and the parents complained, and YouTube got sued, and it's all come out of that. So if you're wondering where this has come from, it's kind of been happening in the background for a little while, but didn't know that it was going to be sneaking up on us like this. As I said, I January is what I was told. It's all about supporting the wrestling community and the YouTube community. It's all about community versus corporate stranglehold. And I was in awe, not AEW. Okay, right, cool. Yeah, I agree, but I agree. There is a community on YouTube, and I suppose I don't. Honestly, I don't know what it looks like. This is me being honest. I don't know what wrestling YouTube looks like in 2020. I don't know, because I don't know what videos are going to get flagged. I mean, I've been thinking about, just little things. I've been thinking, like, me sat here right now in front of these posters. I mean, I could be sat in front of a blank wall, which is dull, right? So I put the posters up so there's a bit of colour, but I don't know. Is that going too far? Is it? I don't know. I can't see why that would be an issue. But now my brain's going, well, what if the video gets flagged and I now have to try and explain it? Well, the explanation is that it's either that or it's a white wall. So, do you know what I mean? This is what I'm saying. It's like, where's the line? Where do you draw the line? They say no cartoons. Is that a cartoon? Well, I don't know. I mean, that's not the focus of the video, but yeah, look, it's really bad. This is, for me, if you want to talk about wrestling, this is one of the biggest stories happening in wrestling right now, because this is going to change a lot of things. A lot of your favorite channels could disappear. Simple as that. They could disappear. It's a really, really scary time. Mr. J says, hang in there. Competition rises to the occasion. Yeah, I mean, thanks, dude. Appreciate that. But yeah, competition rises to the occasion. That's true. Adapt or die, isn't it? I suppose. Without sounding harsh, that is exactly what it is here. It's adapt or die. And so we're going to have to try and adapt. But I think we have done a decent job of adapting, but this is my point. I really do want people to know that this is out of my hands, and I really want people to know that there's nothing that I can do, or a lot of YouTubers can do. There's nothing that we can do about this. This is a very serious subject that's going to have big, big, big repercussions in the wrestling community on YouTube, but every community on YouTube. I mean, as I've just said, what is Ryan's toy channel going to do now? Legit, what is Ryan's toy channel going to do? He can't do toys. So what is Ryan's channel? What is that? I don't know. So, and he's one of the biggest YouTubers on the platform. So, there's so many. There's so many toy channels, toy dedicated channels. I don't know. And then you think, okay, well, those people are going to adapt. So they'll adapt, and they will do things that they are allowed to do. But that's going to be a very crowded marketplace then. Do you know what I mean? That's going to be difficult then. If all of a sudden you've got where you had, say, 5 videos about a subject, now you're going to have 50. Everything could just get watered down. It's very scary. Ryan shouldn't be on YouTube. YouTube terms of service say 13 plus. Oh, I didn't know that. I didn't know you had to be over 13 to be on YouTube. I think I am. I think I'm safe. The Fiend needs to get Ryan. Well, I think the Fiend has. Days, couldn't you do giveaway streams on Twitch? Well, I'll tell you one of my thoughts. Okay, let me tell you one of my thoughts. One of my thoughts was that we do oh, no, we can't. I was going to say we could do the word game, and then whoever wins gets entered into like a special Sunday video, and in that Sunday video, I sort out kids' magazines and I sort out other things in a video completely away from the watch-alongs. So I was thinking, like, we could still do that. We don't actually show figures or give away kids magazines on the actual streams. But what we do is we do the word game and then we do it in a separate video. So, you know, if you get selected, well done, watch on Sunday and you'll see what your prize is or something along those lines. But thinking about that, the word game is a game. So if the word game is a game and you're not allowed to play games, but then are you not allowed to play games? This is my point. Where's the line? Where's the line? I mean, what if I start swearing during the games? Does that help? I don't know. I don't know. This is madness. I mean, could I still do figure videos, but I've just got to swear all throughout the video? And if I swear all throughout the video, then clearly that is not intended for children. This is madness. It's madness. Days, Jordan Miles has quit for racism accusations. Yeah, that's a big story as well. So maybe change up the language. Collectibles instead of figures or the prize. There's an algorithm that looks. There's an algorithm that actually scans the channel, and I don't know what it can. Again, this is what I've got to find out. I think. I mean, we're going to find out very soon. There's a lot of channels that are doing these kind of things. I love what you're saying. Change the language. I love that. I think that's very clever. And you're right, you know, rather than a figure or a toy, it's a collectible. Rather than a kid's magazine, it's a monthly publication, right? I don't know. But I totally get what you're saying. But they are scanning through the videos. Plus, also, let's be completely honest here. Yeah, let's put our cards on the table and be 100% honest. You know as well as I do, there are trolls, right? There's trolls on Twitter. There's trolls on YouTube. This stream, right, got dislikes before it even began. Before a single word was said, before anything happened, whilst it was counting down, dislikes. That's the world that we live in. So even if you was to change up the wording, if you are giving away a collectible, aka a figure, what's stopping someone flagging that moment to YouTube? There's people in this world that you know as well as I would that would do that. And then all of a sudden, the watch-alongs don't make any money. And if the watch-alongs and the theory videos don't generate any ad revenue, literally, there's no way of paying for the data to be able to stream. There's no way to pay for, you know, the electricity and everything that's needed to just keep this show on the road. This is not poor me, right? Please do not get that impression. But I do have to be very honest in saying that if we can't get the ad revenue on the watch-alongs and on the theory videos, then the channel goes. So it is a very scary time, but one that I do believe that we can get through, one that I do believe we can survive, but there's just going to be a learning process as to what we're allowed to do and what we're not allowed to do. So I'm very, 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 very sorry that has taken 20-odd minutes to explain. This is absolutely not what I want to talk about. I want to talk about wrestling. I'm sure C Wrestling, who I've seen in the chat, will back me up in saying that it's scary. It's a scary time, and it's a serious conversation that needs to be had. I've said in the past that I think the likes of myself and C Wrestling will be perfectly fine. I feel like our content is fine. Like theory videos are fine, and the watch-alongs, as we said, and like breaking news and things along those lines. Maybe looking back in the history of wrestling and talking about different aspects of wrestling. I think all of that is fine, but there is going to be a learning process. Days, my meat shack can sponsor you. Amazing. See, Wrestling said something and I did not see. Sponsored videos okay, because on the terms it says sponsors videos that could be directed at children are no longer permitted. Sponsored, well, look, my take on it, all of The only videos I have that are sponsored by Wrestling Shop and Wrestling Shop Live. I only tag those and mention those on figure videos, so toy hunts and figure news and things along those lines. So any sponsored videos of mine would be on figure videos. I don't have any sponsors on non-figure videos, right? So any figure videos going forward are going to be flagged made for children, made for kids. So to answer your question, I don't know. You might see, I don't know. I just don't know. It's day one. I'm still learning. They should put kids' channels on YouTube Kids. Yes, Evan. Yes, I agree. Daisy, are you surprised that SmackDown Live is part of Survivor Series because Raw always beats them? No, they're the second biggest brand. Arguably the biggest brand now. Fine, no subs or likes for today because called us trolls. I didn't call you trolls. I said there's trolls out there, and people that are going to dislike the stream before the stream has already started. That is, to me, someone that's not a supporter of the channel anyway, and clearly is someone that's going around, and people that are going around causing trouble, basically, you know? I mean, to dislike a video, a stream before it's even begun, is... I mean, Matt, you'd have to search it out as well. It hadn't even gone live. It doesn't bother me. Like, I don't mind if that's what people want to do. But I'm just making the point that even if you change the vocabulary and change figure to collectible, then, you know, you're potentially still going to get flagged because there are those people out there. Haven't even started rating my videos yet. Tempted to just remove the figure stuff. I couldn't, to be honest. I've got over 3,000 videos on the channel. There's no way I could do that. Dej, you can't do videos in your figure room. Greg, to answer your question, I don't know. I simply don't know. I don't know. Because they've got figures in. They've got toys in. I'd be surrounded by toys. I don't know, is the answer. And to be honest, I'm gonna have to try and use a green screen or something instead. This is what I'm going to say. 5 more minutes to answer questions on this subject, and then I promise you we talk wrestling in 5 minutes' time, okay? Because no one's here for this conversation. Yeah, I'm sure there's a million channels already talking about this. So 5 more minutes, and then I assure you we will move on. See, Wrestling says, my main concern is WWE. WWE is PG. Will YouTube rate WWE as for kids because it's WWE? That also crossed my mind, yes. The only thing I would say is that YouTube are not going to want to lose WWE because it's one of their biggest channels and there's a lot of channels connected to WWE. Plus, you know, if you take WWE away, what are the sports, could you argue, you have to take? It's sports entertainment, but it's PG, which means that a wide range of people can watch it. My argument would be, yes, kids can watch it. It's PG as long as they've got parents with them. But it doesn't mean that it's aimed at that. It doesn't mean that they're going for that market. It just means that, you know, that it starts there and, you know, goes all the way up to people in the hundreds. So I'd be amazed if they went after all. If they go after all wrestling videos, could you imagine that? Could you imagine if that's it? Game over. Because that would be it. There'd be no way around that. And it could be that serious. Dave, so pretty much you can only have toys if you are a kids channel. There are no kids channels. This is what we're saying. Kids channels are dead. They're done. Game over. They died today. I hope I'm getting the news across how big this is. It's not often we spend half an hour of a live stream talking about a serious YouTube subject. But from now on, if you've got toys in your videos, you have to say that video is made for kids. And if you say that it's made for kids, then chances are you won't be able to run ads. And that's it. It's done, isn't it? You know, you're not going to have kids channels around. making videos if there's no revenue there for them to survive with. So it's done. It's over. The party's done. Everyone's packing up and going home. Days, I love the channel. I hate this is happening. Well, don't worry. The watch-alongs, again, the watch-alongs I think are okay. The theory videos I think are okay. But I really want people to understand that this change is happening and that we're being forced to, tweak some things that we just wouldn't normally tweak. So you're saying that you now have to rate your videos like movies rated R. Greg, how it works is you've got 3 options. Okay, YouTube give you 3 options. First option, every video is made for kids. Okay, now if anyone takes that option, that's the end of their channel basically, because they won't be able to run ads. Their videos won't be highlighted. They won't appear in the search. They're not going to appear in suggested videos. If you're making every video as made for kids, just get off YouTube, basically, right? Second one, no video of mine is made for kids, okay? Clearly, I can't say that. And plus, I still want to do toy hunts, so I can't go for that second option. Third option is you have to do it on a video-by-video basis. So every single video now you have to say, is it made for kids? Is it not made for kids? Is this for children? Is this not for children? Theory videos won't be at kids. News videos, nothing's changing. Maybe won't do it in the figure room. But, watch-alongs aren't for kids. Theory videos aren't for kids. I mean, if kids watch them, I don't care. I'm not going to stop kids watching them, am I? But they're made for everyone. They're not primarily targeted at kids, I don't know if... You can't say that for the toy hunts, basically. Sadly, you can't say that. If it's got toys in, that's where they draw the line, so... 1 minute to go. What's your opinion on Jordan Miles? I'll get to it. Favorite NXT champ of all time? That's a really good question. Do you know, I don't know. I don't know. I really like Adam Cole at the moment. I think I'd continue YouTube on a smaller scale if everything got demonetized. I am wondering after tax. It's a nice income, but I'm not in a position where that's my only income. Assume and show and not reaction. Alfredo. The show hasn't even started, so those people must have watched and been disappointed in the past and are now coming back to the stream before it's even begun just to dislike it. This is my point. They are specifically going out of their way to dislike something that hasn't even started yet. So if there are people doing that, I personally still class that as a troll, because our title says this is a watch-along. It's got live reactions on it. Do you know what I mean? If they're going out of their way to do that, then so be it. It doesn't bother me. That's not something that bothers me, people doing that. It's never been an issue. I lose zero sleep over it. I don't even care. But yeah, my point was that those people are out there. Right, done. That is it. So Jordan Miles. Okay, the Jordan Miles situation is very, very interesting because Jordan Miles obviously suffered that T-shirt. I want to say embarrassment. It was an offensive T-shirt. It was stupid. It is one of the stupidest T-shirt designs I've ever seen. But I do not for 1 second believe it was racist or purposefully racist. Yes, you could look at that T-shirt and say to yourself, that looks racist. It looked like blackface, right? Which is very serious. And there's obviously no room for that in wrestling or any other realm. So, but I honestly think they did the design, put it onto a black T-shirt, and that was it. Had it have gone onto a grey T-shirt, a yellow T-shirt, a green T-shirt, it wouldn't have mattered. But it went on to a standard wrestling black T-shirt, and it was a bad situation. He was upset, and I understand that, right? No issue with him getting upset. I've got to be honest, I thought he went too far, and he actually came out and apologised. He started calling I think, was it Jay Lethal, Uncle Tom, and all this kind of stuff. And he got called out for it, and people said he had gone too far. I think Booker T actually came out and said Jordan Miles had gone too far. Well, we hoped that was the end of it. And honestly, if it had been left there and they had a conversation and sorted it out, fair play, everyone moves on. Well, he's come out today and said that he's quit WWE and he's accused them of being racists. Now, no way do I believe that. Absolutely no way. And surely you guys can't as well. I mean, you just would not be watching this company if you believed them to be racists. So I do not for 1 second believe WWE are racists. I do not believe that t-shirt was done that way on purpose. And that's it. I mean, it's as simple as that. I don't believe him. I think he's wrong. And I think his video today is appalling. He's come out, really spoke out, really angry, accused them of being racists. I fundamentally, categorically disagree with him. And I really do think it's very hard to word, and you have to be very careful around these subjects because, of course, they're very sensitive subjects. But for me, like, obviously racism is on a whole different level, okay? But surely on that scale, even if it's like all the way towards the other end of that scale, people that accuse people of being racists when they're not, I am not saying that is as bad. No, that would be stupid, right? That would be stupid. I am not saying that. But what I'm saying is he cannot make those accusations and just expect everyone to ignore what he's saying. I don't believe him. I don't believe they're racist. And I think that what he's saying is very, very dangerous. And to do it publicly, he could get sued easily by WWE. I don't think they will because that t-shirt design was horrible. I understand his initial upset over that. I don't understand why a conversation couldn't have sorted it out. I mean, the guy's accusing him of being racist. He's been in one tournament so far and he won it. He was in the breakout tournament and he won it. He's already had a title match for the NXT championship. He's only been with them like 5 seconds. The fact that he would come out and call them racist, and I find that offensive, if I'm being honest, because I watch this company and I would not support a racist company. I just wouldn't support a racist company, and I do not believe they are. We've seen Kofi Kingston have a title run this year. Shinsuke Nakamura, of course, is the Intercontinental Champion at the moment. I don't see what he's talking about. I don't see what he's talking about, and I absolutely disagree with him. WWE have got every right to sue Miles. I wouldn't. I still think there's a degree of upset there. And I think it's still a very sensitive subject. It's written, no one wins in this. No one wins. No one's coming out of this looking good. So, yeah, it's just a really horrible situation all round. Daniel, I think I missed your super chat, bud, but I'm going back to it. Daniel Brochu says Seth Rollins should cost Raw the win at Survivor Series, turn heel, join NXT, and win the NXT title. People may hate him, but wait until they let him show off his talent. Dude, I'd love it. For me, heel Seth Rollins was brilliant. Heel Seth Rollins was a lot of fun. So I really, really do feel that he is due that. I think he was on his way towards that. And I honestly think that he is due that heel turn. I'm a little distracted because someone's just talking to me here about that message. So, New DMX says, how many Black World Champions have there been in WWE? Real long-term champions? A very strange reaction. Vince McMahon is a true conservative like Trump. I absolutely disagree. Because if you go back, I mean, you've got The Rock, who obviously has got like the Samoan heritage, and I think The Rock is regarded as the first like black champion, But to be honest, before that, there wasn't like a great deal of black superstars in the WWE. Certainly none that I can think of towards the top of the card. I cannot give you examples of big superstars, like black superstars, that were deserving of that world title, that were held back from it. I can't give you those names. I can't think of those names. You might say Ron Simmons, who was, I think, the first African American to win a major wrestling championship in WCW, or is certainly regarded as one of the first black champions in WCW. And you could say that when he came over to WWE, he should have been around that title scene when he was Farouk. But let's be honest, the Farouk character wasn't the strongest, certainly wasn't main event level. And he was kind of more towards the end of his career by the time he came over to WWE. I mean, if you want to throw a load of names out there of black superstars that should have been WWE champion that were held back, then go ahead. I'd be very interested, because I honestly can't think of a great deal. And I really am struggling to see where Jordan Myles is coming from with this. Kofi Kingston definitely deserved his title run that he had this year. 11 years in the business. And he got there because of people power. And, one day I hope we see Big E go on to achieve that. And I think the future is very bright. And actually, Jordan Myles could have been a part of that future. He won the breakout tournament. And now he's gone and done this, and he's thrown it away. I don't understand. I disagree that this is. I will always disagree that this is a racist company, because if it was a racist company, it wouldn't have my support. If I genuinely believed it, it would not have my support. So I don't know what you mean by very strange reaction, unless you're referring to Jordan Myles. But I don't think it's a very strange reaction for me to say WWE aren't racist. Don't think that's a strange reaction. If the colour of the background changes, whether it is racist or not, it's the person looking at the shirt that is the problem, not the random design of the shirt. This is, now, let me very, very, I do agree with Booker T, Greg. Everyone will agree with Booker T. Booker T, I don't think that was racist. I think that was really bad booking. Booker T against Triple H. Triple H put himself over in a match that he should never have put himself over in. That feud, Booker T against Triple H, that no way was that racism. That was Triple H being Triple H. You know what Triple H is like. Look at the Sting match. He put himself over Sting. Sting, in his only WrestleMania match, lost to Triple H. So, yeah, I mean, you're right. Booker T in that match absolutely should have won. No way do I put that down to racism, Greg. No way. Days, just look, Jordan had already won a title in another company. It says the latest 6 days ago. I disagree with him. I feel for him. I don't want that to get confused, because I understand this is a very emotion-driven conversation. And it's a very sensitive subject as well. But I think when you've got a sensitive subject, it's right to listen to people. It's right to take their opinions on board. But it's also right to stand your ground if you believe on something. And I will stand my ground on the fact that WWE aren't racist. And I'm sure a lot of you in the chat would do the same as well. Why the hell would you want to watch a racist company if you believed that? If you believed that this was a racist company, then why would you be watching? I do not. I absolutely do not. And I really disagree with Jordan Myles on it. So I think it's going to be a flash in the pan. I think that it's going to be a story that will disappear quite quickly. They'll be on to the next things. A lot of talk, obviously, CM Punk and all of that. Last night, obviously capturing people's imaginations. We're building towards Survivor Series. We've got the fallout from Full Gear. We've got, obviously, NXT tonight with a really great women's match coming up. Mia Yim against Io Shirai. a ladder match, which should be amazing. So there's a lot of good stuff coming up, and, you know, the wrestling world will move on, but I think it's right to have this conversation, and I think it's right for you to think about it as well. And, you know, I think we owe Jordan that, at least. You know, he is raising what he believes is a serious concern. I believe that he believes it. I believe that he is telling his truth. It's just not my truth. It's just not something I agree with. Days, can you show the shirt? To be honest, mate, I wouldn't want to. I wouldn't want to. I haven't done a video on it. It's a very sensitive subject. I'm quite happy to let people know where I stand. And as I said, no one wins. I feel for Jordan on this subject because the shirt was bad. It did look bad. And you know, it started from that. I mean, it's crazy, isn't it? It's crazy to think that a t-shirt design has resulted in one of the most promising NXT talents leaving the company. No one's winning here. Absolutely no one is winning here. It's a sad story all round. I can tell you why I keep watching, though there are racist undertones to the company, because if I stop participating in things that have racist undertones as a pack, I'd participate in NADA. Loving the conversation, Days. Hey, NWA podcast. Hope you are well. It's not an easy conversation to have. But as I said, you know, it's an important conversation, and it's one that's playing out on Twitter at the moment. So, as I said, I do think it's very important to give it the thought. I think Jordan does deserve that. And honestly, that's my stance. That is my stance. I do not believe them to be a racist company, and if I did, they would not have my support. Who is your 5 NXT guys for Survivor Series? That's a really difficult question because I'm having to try and think who's in other matches. I mean, at the moment, it might be like Adam Cole in that team because he doesn't have a match, does he? So we're having to wait and see what the future holds for him. So it might. I've heard that Johnny Gargano is out of War Games as well. I don't know if you heard this breaking news, but it looks like Johnny's out of War Games. So I'm thinking Adam Cole. I'm thinking Matt Riddle, Keith Lee, Tommaso Ciampa. It's going to be really hard for these guys to work together, isn't it? Adam Cole, Tommaso Ciampa, Keith Lee, Matt Riddle, and maybe Johnny Gargano makes an appearance at Survivor Series as like a special guest. If he's not going to be at War Games, then maybe he can make a special appearance at Survivor Series in that team. I think that sounds pretty strong. Balor's a good shout, yeah. Balor's a very good shout. What do you think of the return of CM Punk? I thought it was very good. I thought the lighting was a little bit out, though, when he stepped forward. It was a bit dark. Sorry, New Punk Rants. Let me go back to your chat. There it is. Big topic. I know Punk is on Fox, but do we ever see a Punk match? Would you want it? What is the best feud? Also, great points on the race deal. I agree. That's fine. Thank you for agreeing and supporting. But equally, if you don't agree, let me round that conversation off by saying it's absolutely fine. It's very important to respect other people's opinions on these very, very sensitive subjects. And the last thing I'm trying to do is upset anyone. Like there's just no point. But it is a sensitive subject. Everyone's going to have different opinions on it. And honestly, that's mine. So thanks, New Punk Rants. In regards to CM Punk, I thought his return was done okay. I thought it was done out of the blue. I thought it was a big surprise, but I suppose it's a little shame it was on backstage and not during a show, but this is a step in the right direction. You know, it's got people talking and people are going to speculate about Survivor Series now. I think it was done to really build Survivor Series. Survivor Series is in Chicago, so now people are going to tune in wanting to know if CM Punk is going to be on that show, you know, if he's going to like walk out during Brock versus Ray. You know, say Brock beats Ray and then cult of personality, it hits and outcomes. CM Punk. I think Brock is the feud. They had a match before and Brock won. And it really felt like CM Punk had reached a limit. It's like he had reached a glass ceiling. Plus also, he fell short in MMA. He fell short in UFC. Wouldn't it be amazing if in a wrestling ring, he could find a way of getting past Brock Lesnar? So, couldn't get the job done in the octagon, but, steps into a wrestling ring and finally beats Brock Lesnar. Someone that he's lost to in the past. Someone that was in a higher weight class than CM Punk and was more dominant than CM Punk, was a champion, whereas CM Punk in the UFC lost both of his matches. So, really, really interesting. Lots of ways for him to go. He could have great matches against Daniel Bryan and The Fiend and Adam Cole. And CM Punk, Johnny Gargano would be incredible. But for me, I think there's a ready-made story with Brock Lesnar and what with all of the UFC connections. So I would look to go that way. And yes, New Punk Rants, I do see him being in a match. I think we're going to get there. I think that big bag of money is on the way. I really do. Because they'd be crazy not to do it. If they're going to throw 10-15 million at Tyson Fury, why would you not throw money at CM Punk? Joe Mikulachik says, "Hey Days, great new look. Hope all is well." I'm good, thank you. Yes, all is well. And obviously we've got a bit of YouTube drama. The first half an hour took up the live stream talking about that. Then we got into a conversation about racism. So it's been a very weird stream. But I'm looking forward to the show starting and us reacting to some fun moments and kind of seeing how things play out. So thank you very much for the support, everyone. Really appreciated. Jay King says, Days, today is 14 years since Eddie Guerrero passed away. And that's very, very true. It is very, very true. It's... Quite a poignant day. I saw that he was trending. Viva la Raza was actually trending on Twitter. So it's a very sad day. One of the best professional wrestlers of all time, and someone that is greatly missed, because he would still be competing. He was in such great shape. I think he was like 38 when he passed away, and we're still seeing Rey Mysterio competing. So I do feel like he would still be around. He had such a passion for the business. He was more than just a wrestler. So, yeah, if you've not seen any Eddie Guerrero for whatever reason, he's been gone for a long time. If you're late to wrestling or new to wrestling or, whatever, check him out. I said actually in a video I did the other day about like the best things you can get wrestling fans this Christmas. It's the network. It's the network, and we are all guilty, I'm sure, of not using it enough. I gotta tell you, since they took it off Samsung TVs, I think it's like Samsung TVs before 2016, and we got ours in 2016. So I think it must have just reached the cutoff point, but we've had that about 3 years. And as a result, it's not on there now. I cannot get the network on my TV. I'd have to watch it through the PlayStation, and that's not always set up. I know I don't get a chance to play games and things like that, so the PlayStation is rarely set up. So if I want to watch the network, I've got to do it on a laptop, but it's when am I going to set a laptop up? If ever I've got this one set up, then I'm editing a video. I'm never going to sit here and watch the network. I could watch it on my phone, but it's a bit small and it's not as easy to navigate, and it's a real problem, the fact they've took it off Samsung TVs. Because there's so many matches I would love to watch, and so many superstars that you could just get lost in, So, yeah, it's something that I would urge people to do if you've never checked out an Eddie Guerrero match. Halloween Havoc is obviously the one that comes to mind, or WrestleMania 20, or there's loads, isn't there? But yeah, greatly missed. Ali's name is back to Mustafa Ali. Very, very true. It is. He is back to being Mustafa Ali. And I think that's a good call. I think that's a good move. I think that he is someone that really benefits from having like the longer name rather than Ali. I just don't think Ali was a good name. I don't think Shorty G is a good name. I think Andrade is a good name because it's a little bit different. But Ali, I just don't think is a very good name. Short. I always felt like Mustafa Ali had a bit more to it, you know. So I am pleased that they gave him that back. Leaf Morning Dew. Days, make a Patreon. We will gladly support you there, and it will give you freedom to do what you want with a place for bonus videos like giveaways. I don't want to, is the answer. I don't want to. I don't want to rely on that or ask people for that. I want to be creating a channel that can support itself. I want to earn it. I want to work hard and earn it. And I'm not saying that people that have got Patreons don't earn it. They've more power to them. But we've been able to maintain things up until this point without that. And I thought about it. I thought about it once when I was thinking about doing NXT streams. When NXT was just on the network, but we didn't go down that road, and I don't think we're going to go down that road at the moment. But look, we'll get the next couple of weeks in particular are going to be very, very interesting. NXT takeovers are the best in the world. They are very good, but I would urge that you check out NWA. That is excellent as well. Guys been ignoring me. I need a time to talk. Away last month and nobody cared. I'm sorry to hear that, Godson. Sorry to hear that you've gone through that, my friend. I think a lot of people will go through, heavy stuff like that. So I think if you are feeling a little bit ignored, then I'm sure it's not on purpose. But I think people are primarily trying to escape their own problems. I know I'd like to escape my problems. Days, will we still be able to do live stream championships? That's a really good question, Evan. To be honest, my thought process on those at the moment is that it could be seen as a game. So it's not something that I don't think I could necessarily support going forward. But I tell you what, Evan, right? There is absolutely nothing that I can do if you still run polls. If you still run polls, once I get Twitter sorted, yeah, I'm hoping I can get my other Twitter account back. If I give Evan the Wrestling Days Twitter sign on, there would be nothing to stop Evan running polls on the actual official Twitter account via the chat. Nothing to do with me. I'm not saying anything about it. It's nothing to do with me. I might have to take the belts away off the stream, but what I would do is I would move them onto the Twitter. So you'd still be the live stream champion, but rather than that appearing on the live streams, it would be on the Wrestling Days Twitter account. I think people really enjoy the championships, and I think we've seen a really wide age group participating in those. But I think it would be a risk for me to vocally support them going forward because it could be construed as being a game. But I can't stop what you do in the chat. That's my feeling. I can't do anything about that. So, look, if you, Evan, want to carry on doing them, then by all means carry on doing them, and we will find a way of displaying whoever the champion is. Just might not be via the championships below. Right, we are waiting. We've still got a few minutes to go, about 4 minutes away. Cody calling Punk while he is in the middle. Oh, okay, I'm not going to read the rest of that. Why are the ratings constantly declining or are not being where they should be? I guess people are just not into wrestling. To be honest, I think that there's quite a bit of competition. I think that it takes a long time to establish a brand. So, a brand like AEW, they're going to be, I think they would be realistically looking for about 1 million. Because you got to remember, they haven't got loads of big names. What names are bringing in the casual fans? Someone might have heard of Chris Jericho, but is that going to be enough for them to check out AEW? I mean, I think they're getting a good portion of wrestling fans, but I think WWE does well because of the likes of Brock Lesnar, Ronda Rousey, these names that get brought in. Plus also, they do a good job of establishing stars in the sense of Seth Rollins has been pushed very heavily over the past few years. Roman Reigns has headlined 4 WrestleManias. They've been on talk shows. They've got out there onto radio stations, media appearances. They do a decent job of getting their stars out there. Someone like AEW that's only been on TV for 6 weeks, they're gonna get ratings of around about 800,000 as they establish themselves. They really need to bring in, if AEW had got CM Punk and had managed to get Cain Velasquez, if they got Cain Velasquez, they would have attracted some UFC eyes. If they'd have brought in CM Punk, they would have attracted a lot of eyes. Wrestling and UFC, and it would have been such a big deal. I mean, CM Punk was trending last night, so the fact that he was trending kind of suggests that it really resonated with people. So I do think that it's very, very interesting to see where AEW are at the moment, because I do think they're going to grow. Can I just tell you, I'm watching some on USA and it's got Logan Paul in it. What's going on? Is anyone else watching this? I can see Logan Paul on a roof with a gun. It's not one of his YouTube videos. It is. Is it Law and Order? I think it might be Law and Order. Oh, he's just been killed. He's just been killed. Logan Paul has just been killed. No, it's not the KSI fight. Just got shot by ice. No way, Ice Cube just killed him. I like that they're having wrestlers that aren't big names. Yeah. I don't mind that, but it just explains why it's going to take them a while to get them established. Their other problem as well is they don't have a WrestleMania. What's their show that's going to be the big boost for them? What's their show that's the pinnacle of their year? You'd have to say it's All In, All Out, All Shake It, All About, wouldn't you? So that's around August time, but even those are in an arena, 10,000. They obviously don't have a WrestleMania that's a 80,000 event. It's just really hard. It's going to be really hard for them, but that's why they are where they are. Logan was on an episode of Law and Order. Well, for some reason, that's the episode I'm watching, dude. That is the exact episode I've got on screen right now. Is it a movie? No, it's a TV episode. It's a TV episode of Law and Order. It's just really weird. I was sat here talking to you guys, getting totally distracted, because it was just on in the background. The main roster. Yeah, we could get anything tonight. I do think there's going to be something tasty. Logan Paul's dead. There is a god. Joking, obviously. Right, let's go to AEW, my friends. This is the fallout from Full Gear. I think I settled on 6 out of 10 for Full Gear. I had a lot of people asking me was going to stop watching AEW after Full Gear. The answer to that is no. I think they did some really good stuff on Full Gear. I thought the Jericho-Cody match in particular was excellent. Not 5 stars for me. I wouldn't say it was a 5-star match. Feel like it was a 4.5, maybe 4 3/4 at an absolute limit. Not a 5-star match. But absolutely brilliant match. I mean, look, I don't need to go on. Everyone knows that I wasn't a fan of Moxley and Omega. But it is what it is. There's going to be things that you're not a fan of. I'm not a fan of everything WWE do. Double or Nothing was AEW's first official pay-per-view, so I guess that could be their WrestleMania. Fair play. Right, NXT is beginning and AEW is beginning, so we are going over to the action right now. Logan has died 3 times now in Law and Order. Oh, has he? Fair play. Callum, I like trivia. Yeah, trivia could be good. trivia wouldn't be, I don't know, would that be a game for kids, trivia? I feel like trivia, if it was quite difficult, might be a way forward. It's really hard to know where the line is, guys, to be honest. I need to just grab the controls for a second because the TV looks like it might go off. Ow. AEW. Oh. Oh, what? It's Wrestling Hero Figs here. Shout out to Wrestling Hero Figs. Hope you're well, buddy. It sucks. Life sucks. Days, what should I watch? AEW or NXT? Well, for me, NXT has been the better show for the past 2 weeks now. And what with Survivor Series coming up, I would honestly say NXT. World Tag Team Championship. What? Jericho and Sammy Guevara are taking on SCU. They only won those belts. Did they win those belts last week? Then they had to defend at Full Gear. And now they're defending them again tonight. Moxley in action tonight. Right, Angel Gaza on his way. This should be a nice little match to start us off with. This is a cruiserweight match. Angel Gaza versus Lio Rush. Right, Angel Gaza, Lio Rush. Tony Schiavone looks short. Breaking news. Breaking news. Fantasy match, Seth versus Omega. I think Omega wins. I had a lot of people telling me, well, I'm not going to go through it. But I do not look at those wounds on Omega and sympathize, let's put it that way. Each to their own. Right, Angel Gaza in the ring. Lio Rush on his way down. Apparently, Kenny isn't medically cleared. Days, have you seen the heat Mox has been taken for that last match? Good. It's gonna look. This is gonna be really hard for me. I'm sorry. I'm going to apologize. I am sorry. It's going to be very, very difficult for me to not criticize and come across like a right idiot. All right. Because I genuinely hated that match. And I've got no respect for them after that match. I am not watching this at the moment thinking, what a hero. I'm thinking, you sold out, basically. You sold out. You did a match that I didn't respect and a lot of people didn't enjoy. Now, equally, a lot of people did enjoy it, right? So I fully appreciate that the response has been about 50-50 to it. I fall on the side of people that hated it, and there's many people out there that enjoyed it. If you enjoyed it, more power to you. No issue with you whatsoever. No issue. Nothing. No issue. But yeah, it wasn't for me. Just wasn't for me. Right, well, Moxley's here anyway. Moxley's going to start the action for AEW. And we've got Angel Gaza and Lio Rush in the ring on NXT. The Real Wrestling is on NXT right now. I'm confused with what's going on YouTube. TKG, there's no way we're going through it again, buddy. We spent half an hour on it. So if you go back to the beginning of the stream, then there's a half an hour chat. It's not really a rant. I'm not ranting about it. I'm just confused as to what the right way forward is with it all. So, yeah, I would urge you go back and watch that. Moxley is getting heat as he should. He turned down $6 million a year to go to TNT to do backyard wrestling. As I've said, there are people that enjoyed that match, and it's about 50-50. And do you want to hear some interesting stuff? There's a few references in that match which I switched off from and I didn't care about, and I still don't care about. It doesn't save the match, but you might find it interesting. So Omega and Moxley accused each other of not being able to do certain things. So Omega said to Moxley that he couldn't chain wrestle, and Moxley said to Omega, "You can't do hardcore." So apparently the chains were in the match as a reference to the chain wrestling comment. That's why the chains were in the match. The glass that was in the bag was the glass that was apparently from the table. Moxley wins a squash match. Brilliant. I didn't even get a chance to write his name in, but Moxley wins a nothing match. But apparently, yeah, the glass that was being used in that match was the glass from the table spot that they did. And apparently, like, the Young Bucks bringing out the barbed wire was like to show how they didn't want Kenny to do the hardcore stuff, but he kind of was going against their wishes and going to a dark place, and kind of read like all this stuff on it. And then people were saying when he did actually try to do a wrestling move at the end onto those exposed boards, obviously that's what resulted in the finish. He got caught. So yeah, just a few comments that I saw about the match. I read as to why people enjoyed it. New Punk ranks, Kenny Omega just added a lot to his character in the promo. We are about to get Psycho Omega. I want a heel turn for Omega. We need the cleaner. We do need the cleaner. We do need the cleaner. So, Moxley says that Omega will never be the same again. Leo rushes down on the outside of the ring. Just keeping an ear out for this Moxley promo, because you don't know what he's going to say. What do you think is in the cage? We did a video, TKG, about what we think is in the cage. I don't think anyone in that dressing room. So Moxley says, I don't think anyone in that dressing room has got the balls to step in the ring with me. I'd love it if Renee Young came out. That'd be amazing. So he says he wants to be the last man standing. It's a good way to start AEW, get a Moxley promo. Is he calling them out? I think he's issuing a bit of an open challenge here. Where's this Wardlow guy? That's what I want. It was just an advert in advert over on NXT, so not missing anything. He throws the microphone down. Jumps out the ring. We're still at commercial break on NXT, so promo from Moxley to start AEW. Kind of saying that no one's going to have the guts to step up to him. And he goes through the crowd. Moxley promo. And this is not an excited wrestling day. So there's not anything to get excited about at the moment, mate. Yeah, we've got a commercial on NXT, so I can't get excited about that. It was interesting listening to Moxley, but you know, I've said I wasn't a big fan of his match, so kind of I'm not going to be that excited to hear about what he's got to say. But yeah, we've got some good stuff. I'm going to be really excited for the women's match. I'm really looking forward to Mia Yim against Io Shirai. I really do feel like that's going to be something special. I've got no idea why SCU have got to defend again. Like, who have they annoyed? Who have they upset? Have they done something to Tony Khan? Did they play a prank on him or something? Because, like, this is the third title defense in, what, a week? Madness? A week or 2 weeks? I don't even know. Third title defense. Dark Order making their way out. WWE are going to invade tonight. That would be fun. That would be fun. Back elbow by Lio Rush. We are back and underway. Dark Order are here. Shoulder up by Gaza. Gaza and Rush are killing it. Well, we've just come back from commercial, and I haven't had a chance to really watch much before that. So I was listening to Moxley. So going to keep our eyes on NXT for a little bit. Tony Khan is joining the Inner Circle. Maybe it is. Dark Order versus Jurassic Express. Is it? Is that the match? I mean, we know Luchasaurus is out, so if it is Jurassic Express, then it's going to be Jungle Boy and Marko Stunt, isn't it? Big boot by Lio Rush. Has a look at the time. Rush. Oh! He's trying to do that springboard stunner, but he got hit with that basement drop kick by Angel Gaza. That was brilliant. That was brilliant. He went for a springboard stunner. So it is Jurassic Express, but it is... What is going on there? Okay, here we go. It is Jungle Boy and Marko Stunt. Jurassic. And Marko Stunt has got a little Luchasaurus mask on. Markosaurus. Days, my mum just got home from hospital after having knee surgery. So I might be sleeping in and out today because I had a long day waiting for it. Well, I'm glad that she's out and safe, my friend. I'm glad that she's all good. I'm Burrin says, I wonder how AEW feel about CM Punk. I bet they feel a little bit cheated in a way. You know, they wanted him at StarCast and you know, they were there for him. I know he's very good friends with Cody Rhodes, for example, and I can't imagine the money was an issue. And I think a lot of people thought if he was going to go somewhere, he would go to AEW. So I think it's caught a lot of people by surprise. It certainly caught me by surprise. This time last year, I was adamant he was AEW bound. Do you remember when All Out was at Chicago? And everyone was adamant he was going to turn up there. And then he never did. And he was meant to be at StarCast and, you know, all this kind of stuff. Yeah, it's crazy. It's very surprising. But technically he's with Fox, isn't he? Beautiful. Is that like some kind of a Spanish fly from Angel Gaza from the top? These two are really putting on a hell of a match. They really are putting a hell of a match on. We're going to stick with NXT at the moment because they are doing some epic stuff. Who likes CM Punk? Days, I just tweeted you. I've got to watch both shows at the moment, but kicks from Angel Gaza to Lio Rush and big strikes as well. Big right hands. Gaza against the ropes. That's a Spanish fly. I know a Spanish fly when I see one. That's a Spanish fly. So, Lio Rush with a slight advantage now. This, of course, is for the Cruiserweight NXT Cruiserweight Championship. So, Angel Gaza down. Lio Rush is begging for him to get up. Nice spinning back heel kick. It's fired up, man. I've said the story many times. I went to Wolverhampton and watched British Strong Style versus the Elite. This was a couple of years ago. There's a video on the channel. There's the springboard stunner. Doesn't quite get it, though? He grabs a hold of the head. He doesn't quite hit the stunner. Just slaps him in the face. Springboard. No, and again he can't do it. He tries again. Tries to put him, what, guillotine? There's the finishing move for Angel Gaza. 1, 2. I wish finishing moves meant something. Do you remember when finishing moves finished matches? Big NXT chant. This is a really great match. This is a really great match. And Nigel McGuinness says, and we're just getting started. Brilliant. Jordan Miles was ACH. Yes, he was. He was. He's going for it again. Garza going for that finishing move again, but this time he's going up. What? He's climbing up the ropes. This is insane. He's going up. What's he on? He's on that bottom rope. He's going to the middle rope. Man, if he hits it from here. If Lio Rush kicks out of this, then it's just no selling the move, isn't it? He screams. He's going to go for it. He stands up. Will he be able to do it? No, Lio Rush. Headbutt. Headbutt by Lio Rush. Gaza headbutt him back. They're exchanging headbutts at the moment. Oh, nice. Yeah, both men have got to be seeing stars after that. I don't know where we stand on the whole concussion thing, but still, doesn't matter. Lio Rush up top. Frog splash. 1, 2, shoulder up. I love that. I do love it when they hit a big move and they're like, start crying. Can't believe it. This is such a good match. This is the kind of match that puts Angel Gaza on the map. I know he was a big talent anyway, a good talent, a great up-and-comer, but still, it's the kind of thing that puts people on the map, this match. Lio Rush, big splash again. 1, 2. And he gets it. Finally gets it. Lio Rush retains. NXT is awesome, says Sue. Hashtag NXT says the quad killer. Garza's foot was on the rope. It did look like it was on the rope. But I couldn't tell how close to the ropes he was. It looked like it was under the rope, but I'd like to see a replay. The commentator's saying it was under the rope. I came to collect. I want to see a replay here. Ripley and Knox were attacked. Were they, big boy Jose? I really want to see Garza pull off that move from the top. I do as well, Monica. I do. Lio Rush celebrating after an epic win. I came to collect. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Days, I would be fine taking full control over the polls, but ask the chat if they want me to. Hashtag people power. Well, I mean, Evan, to be honest, I don't mind you doing it for this one. We can have a look at it on Friday. But I certainly don't mind you doing it from NXT AEW, because there's no way I can do it going forward anyway. Lio Rush on that entrance stage, screaming his head off. Hello, we're backstage. What's this? Is that no? Oh, it is. There's the Knox and Ripley attack. So Tegan Knox down and Rhea Ripley down. Rhea Ripley out, actually. Rhea Ripley completely out of it. We didn't see the attack. We obviously don't know who's involved in that yet, but kind of suggests that there's someone here. kind of suggests that there's some ladies around. Hello, ladies. Hello, ladies. So yeah, we're going to be in for some treats. And by treats, I mean ladies. I'd rather no more polls rather than non-stop title match polls that don't mean anything. Days, I don't like your beard. Yeah, guys, get your thoughts in. Let Evan know what you want. I tell you what, use this stream to let Evan know what you think should happen with the championship polls. I've said, and you will all know why I can't be connected to them going forward. But if Evan was to run them and run them on the Wrestling Days Twitter, nothing I can do about that, is there? It's nothing to do with me. NXT has gone to commercial break. I'm just keeping an eye here on Dark Order against Jurassic Express. Got SCU on the brain. They're defending that often. And Jungle Boy just looking for the pin here. It's Dakota Kai. Oh, that's a good prediction. That's a really good prediction. Days, you look like a stud. Derek, you're so right. You're so right. Thank you. I feel absolutely no different, apart from the fact it is much easier now to move my head because the weight has been greatly reduced. We've got Marko Stunt going up top. No, wow. He can do some moves, that boy. He can do some moves. I will give him that. Springboard Hurricanrana by Marko Stunt. Jurassic Express clearing house here. Jungle Boy through the ropes. Double knees, though, goes down. It just leaves Marko Stunt on his own. Marko Stunt picked up. What's that, some kind of torture rack? The Nightfall. He's got driven across the knee of one of the Dark Order. I don't know the Dark Order's names, actually. Haven't seen them that many times. But we're keeping an eye on AEW at the moment. We're almost half an hour in. So far, there's been one match on NXT, but it was incredible. The Fatality. 1, 2. I gotta tell you, I really, really do like Excalibur on commentary. I've heard a lot of people slating him, but there's not many commentators that tell you the names of these moves. I mean, these moves can go by different names. I don't know what the Dark Order call some of these moves. But they call that the Fatality. There's no way of knowing that. You need the commentators to give you that information. I like him. I like the way that he delivers the lines, and I think he's a talent. So, Dark Order with the win. Let's see what's happening over on NXT. Oh, it's just a recap of SmackDown. Dark Order cutting a little promo. Io Shirai versus Mia Yim. Yeah, that match is going to be fire. I'm really excited for that. I wish Days could just do what got him here and ignore the regulations. I'll miss the channel if this continues. If what continues. I mean, nothing's changed. It's not as if we've started swearing and changing everything. Everything's still the same. We can still run championship polls, but we're just going to have to tweak how they happen. And honestly, the only thing that's in danger right now is Wheel of Fun. That's the only thing that's in danger, but I'll still find a way of doing giveaways and giving away figures and giving away kids' magazines on the channel. So, I mean, look, compared to actual channels that are going to close, I do think that we're getting off quite light. I understand that it's, a change. But it's the first day of it. We're going to have to see how it all plays out. Is it time for that ladder match? No, it's Xia Li. Xia Li on the way out. The AEW stream has just frozen for some reason. That means I'm going to have to do something. But Xia Li making her way out. No idea who Xia Li is going to be facing. Let me refresh AEW. Is that Luchasaurus? Looks like Luchasaurus is here. Luchasaurus is back. He was meant to be out for ages. Is it due to gambling aspects? It's nothing to do with gambling. They say you can't do videos primarily aimed at kids. And they say that anything that's got like games or cartoons or toys will be classified as being for kids. I've got to tell you, I've got real issues here with the AEW stream. Don't know if anyone else is experiencing any issues. Aaliyah is in the ring over on NXT. Yeah, Luchasaurus is back. No spoilers. No spoilers. There's nothing to spoil. Both of these are live. Xia Li versus Liar. Okay, I'm really confused by this Luchasaurus thing because I heard he was out for a long, long time. So Luchasaurus is here and he seems to be absolutely fine. It seems like Jurassic Express are back to full force. How is that even possible? Great moment. Why put Luchasaurus with these two losers? I was thinking that because these kinds of games can expose and encourage kids to loot boxes and gambling. But there's no with our thing when there's no entrance fee. With loot boxes, you're paying, aren't you? You're paying to get them. And gambling, it means you're actually gambling something. With what we've been doing, there's no charge. We just give away stuff for free as a thank you for people watching the streams. Xia Li with a big stripe to the chest of Aaliyah. Big boot as well, and Aaliyah goes down. Another boot and Aaliyah goes down. KJ Carter says, Days, you are the YouTube channel I'm watching. I really appreciate the support, KJ. Really do. You know, now as much as ever, because this is a very turbulent time. I have no idea what the issue is here with this fight app, but this fight app. Is there anyone in the UK? I want to know if there's anyone in the UK that's having trouble with AEW, because mine keeps pausing. Xia Li picks up the victory right in the face, and she is holding her face here. I think that they're really making out this is serious. They've come down. So Aaliyah took a nasty kick to the face. Xia Li holds her hand in the air. She could have broken her nose here. There's blood I can't see. Oh, there is. There's a lot of blood. There's a lot of blood. We got Shawn Spears in the ring. No idea who he is facing. We got some real drama here. Days, do you remember I found somewhere to live because of my girlfriend? Days, do you remember I found somewhere else to live because of my girl? Yeah, I hope it's going all right, bud. Aaliyah caught a meme one. She really did. Why is my TV faster than yours? It's because YouTube, who clearly hate creators, put a delay on the streams. So I feel like we might be watching around the same time, but YouTube put a 30-second delay on. You've changed. I know, yeah. You're watching Sexy Days right now. Days, hope you well. What the hell is going on with your podcast? Nothing. Everything's all gravy. Love the new look. Thank you very much. Freshening up for Wrestling Shop Live. That was a lot of blood. I'm wondering if that blood was real blood. I can tell you, this is Shawn Spears against Peter Avalon, the librarian. Shh. Lom. Broken nose. It looked nasty. Hey, Days, you have a podcast. Well, this, really. The first part of this. YouTuber banned Wheel of Funds. No hat today. I know, yeah. Rocking a fresh new look for Wrestling Shop Live. Oh, hello, Darby Allin. Why is Darby Allin coming out? Darby Allin on his way? So is this a triple threat? Is this about? Darby Allin on the way. He's got his skateboard. What's it say? Weck. What the hell is weck? I can't cope with these new words. Skating to the ring. Darby Allin has got face paint, which is like the exact opposite of Thunder Rosa. His face painted this side. I'm sure she does that side. Like, if you were to put them together, you'd have like a whole face. Triple threat. Well, there we go. This should be weird. Interesting. Darby Allin, who's quite extreme. Shawn Spears, who, can dabble in the extreme. I don't think he goes as far as Darby Allin. And Peter Avalon. I don't know a great deal about him. I know that he's been on the indie scene for a long time, and I'm sure he's a very good wrestler, but he doesn't strike me as extreme. So, yeah, this will be an interesting match. Days, Darby scared the ring announcer. Scared me. You see him smashing his skateboard against the ring steps. Days, I think I live by you because I can hear something streaming. AEW. I doubt it's me, my friend. I'm literally surrounded by fields. Joe Mikulicic, how are you, buddy? Well, the bright side is no more dishwater beans. This is, let's be very clear, this is an ongoing situation. We're going to do what we can to make these streams work, let's put it that way. And, 99% of what we do is not going to change. Talking about the shows, having fun, having a laugh. That's not changing. Championships, as we said, we can find a way. I'm sure we can find a way. And Wheel of Funds. Wheel of Funds are the problem. Wheel of Funds are the problem. Darby Allin clears the ring. Balor is here. I am just a little bit behind on that. I'm still at a garlic parmesan crust advert for a pizza. Papa John's. It doesn't even look like a nice pizza. I'm sorry, it doesn't. Looks burnt to me. Days, can we do our own Survivor Series on the channel where we find a team of 5 and another team of 5 and we do a competition? No. No, please listen. We've got problems. We might be able to find a way of doing it in the chat, but you'll need to speak to Evan about that. Days always finds a way through the negatives. We will, Monica. We will. It is a setback. It is disappointing. But honestly, compared to what others are going through, it's also very, very minor. Very, very minor. Right, now we're just going back to Full Sail, so it does feel like I am a little bit behind you guys here. Seems like we are a good 40-odd seconds behind. Balor just making his way out. So, Finn Balor. I don't know if this is going to be a match or if this is going to be a promo. We're well underway on the triple threat match. Leva Bates is at ringside, and Joey Janela is making his way down to the ring as well. Shawn Spears and Joey Janela are fighting now on the outside of the ring. Fighting, they're starting to spill over into the crowd. I want to see what's happening with Balor. I got to be honest, out of the two, I'm more interested in what Balor's going to say. Joey Janela jumping into the crowd and Shawn Spears running away. That's just leaving Darby Allin and Peter Avalon in the ring. There's a couple of people in the front row on NXT that have got CM Punk shirts on. You love to see it, don't you? Love to see it. Finn Balor is here. What do the guidelines say against things like the Wheel of Fun? We covered it in the start. Basically, no... can't do toys and games and things like that. This feels like a Balor promo. Balor is shooting. Let's see then. Let's see what Balor's got to say. Say that Darby Allin is going up top. Is that the coffin drop? 2. Darby Allin wins. Let's see what he's got to say. He says, Balor says, is this it? This is NXT now. What happened to this place? Go on, Balor. Preach. Balor calls NXT a joke. Said he used to be proud of this place. Johnny Gargano's still sore from something that happened 3 weeks ago. Whilst I was gone, a bunch of little boys moved. He can promo, can't he, man? He is fire. I'd love this Balor. This Balor is everything. Oh, here's Riddle. Riddle takes down Balor. Matt Riddle unloading on Balor. Look at this, bro. Bro. Shots in the corner by Riddle. Balor kicks out. Balor going over. Balor and Riddle now. Massive kick by Riddle. This is so good. This is legit. Matt Riddle. Oh, some beautiful kicks by Riddle. Balor is staggering away. Keep running, bro. You little putz. Putz. It's a word that doesn't get used enough. Oh, hello. Shock the system. Undisputed Era. Riddle is on his own. We've got so many stories going on. NXT is an absolute war zone, isn't it? We're building towards War Games. We're building towards Survivor Series. You got Finn Balor, who seems to be operating on his own. Matt Riddle. Tommaso Ciampa coming out to make the save. So, Matt Riddle was surrounding. Keith Lee coming down. Tommaso Ciampa coming down. Only 3 of them, though. See what Adam Cole's got to say. We're just at commercial break on AEW. Did you see what we did on Raw? Keith Lee says, I don't give a damn. They want him now. They want him now. I want to know who's the fourth person. Are they going to announce it? They're going to give him a little bit of appreciation. Shock the system. Keith Lee. Keith Lee says, are you going to stand up to me? So it looks like we're getting Cole versus Keith Lee. Are they going to do it? We're still at commercial break on AEW. We've got a great promo on NXT. Roderick Strong says this man deserves a night off. Boos from the crowd. Okay. Think it's going to be Strong. I'm not that picky. His glory. Oh, bask in his glory. North American title. What is that going to be on the line? I don't think you're getting CM Punk, to be honest, bud. Zack Ryder's going to have to pray. Yeah, he will. He will. Everyone will, yes. An official's getting into the ring. Nyla Rose is coming out on AEW. We're already 45 minutes in. It's gone really, really fast. Keith Lee wants Roderick Strong, but I honestly don't know if we're getting the match. Yeah, I think we are, you know. I think we are. Right. Keith Lee versus Roderick Strong by the looks of it. As we go to commercial break. Right, over on AEW, we've got Nyla Rose against some woman. I have no idea who this woman is. Never seen her before, at least I don't think so. I'm going to have to go with Jobber because I don't know her name. I'll be honest, AEW hasn't. I mean, there's been some decent action, but it's not been there for me. Again, this is another week where I genuinely think NXT has been the better show so far. I genuinely do. Darby versus Moxley next Wednesday. Days, what's going on? Is your channel closing down? Nope. Nope. If you want to get info, then watch the first half an hour of the stream. That segment was great. It was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun, yes. Demon Finn Balor versus Matt Riddle at TakeOver could be crazy. NXT is off the charts awesome. AEW should have come out fighting this week. I agree, C Wrestling. Yep, I agree. I don't feel like they have. I really don't feel like they have. It's really hard though, isn't it? Because they've only got a certain amount of people to really play around with. Their roster depth isn't brilliant. I think they've got like 40 superstars or something like this. But the problem is that a lot of them are what we're seeing here. You know, Nyla Rose, who's just not that over. Great talent, but they haven't really booked her very well. Who is Nyla Rose facing? I don't know her name. And she's about to get beat. There we go. Some newcomer, some jobber, honestly, lady jobber. That was a Nyla Rose squash match. That was it. So, some kind of lady jobber. Nyla Rose puts her arm in the air. Brings it down. She's like half a Ty Dillinger. She's a 5. She's a 5. She's not a perfect 10. She's a 5. Why should we care about this match? We want to hear what's next for Jericho. Cody's thoughts. Why MJF screwed him. This match doesn't keep me invested. Yep, really good point. I agree. Survivor Series takeover is going to be good. I think NXT could beat AEW tonight in the ratings. Well, I feel we need to know who's attacked those women, and it might turn out to be Dakota Kai, but honestly, if it turns out to be Becky Lynch, then you've got your talking point for tonight, haven't you? There's a Dustin Rhodes medical update. We're going to get that tonight. Obviously, a couple of weeks ago, he got attacked by Jake Hager. Is that going to be Jake Hager's first match, do you think? Dustin Rhodes against Jake Hager? You know, be a decent first match for Jake Hager. It's a good match for Dustin Rhodes. Jake Hager can get the win. Puts Dustin Rhodes in a high-profile match. I think that's good. Dynamite dozen, a battle royal on AEW next week. Okay, well, that's pretty cool. So, superstars are competing for a diamond ring. Kind of like that. I like the fact that it's not for a belt. I like that. I like the fact they're doing something different. Shouldn't have to check out the rankings. They should put the rankings on TV. You're number 4 in the rankings, so how hard would it be to display the rankings on AEW? Is it just me, or does Ali look like just like Peyton Royce? Certain angles where I look at her and think she looks just like she could definitely be the third Iconic if she was Australian. Keith Lee and Roderick Strong are underway. Lights have gone out. Is this going to be Awesome Kong? Could be Awesome Kong. Yeah, it is Awesome Kong. Awesome Kong appears on AEW. And behind, of course, is going to be Brandy Rhodes. Look, in that black dress. Again, she's always wearing black. It's as if she's at a funeral. I do love that. I do love that. Is she come to take some hair from... She wants some of her hair. Why is Ali trying to attack Awesome Kong? You silly woman. Big kick by Roderick Strong on Keith Lee. We've got another great match underway on NXT. I just want to see if Awesome Kong's going to take some of Ali's hair. Ali is down on the entrance ramp. And I think she is. Look, Brandy grabbing some hair. What? This is like a perverse collection. Do you think like Brandy Rhodes is like collecting women's hair? Weird. There we go. Look, she's got a piece of Ali's hair. That'll be on eBay in the next hour. Mark my words. That's how they're making money now. They're selling women's hair. Brandy laughing. Awesome Kong. Big smile on her face. She spins that blade around. She does look very cool. I do love Awesome Kong. I do think that's a big, big star they've got there. Obviously, she's in Glee as well, isn't she? She's in the TV show Glee. Le Champion is going to speak next, so that'll be good. Jericho's promo's always worth a listen. Le Champion. Ali looks weak as hell. Way to make Ali look weak. She did look weak. If Balor had a faction, what superstars should join him? Well, it would have to be heels. And I would really like it to be maybe people that have been around for a little while and don't feel valued. They're like maybe someone like Cassius Ohno, you know? Cassius Ohno as a heel could be a really good partner for like Finn Balor. I could see that duo really working well. A lot of respect, you know, both big on the indie scene, and I think Cassius Ohno's in like NXT UK at the moment. But yeah, I think that would be fun. Keith Lee. Chopping away. Look at him, man. You want to talk about future champions? Keith Lee has got to be in the conversation. Got to be in the conversation. He looks brilliant. He's got that big wrestler look as well. He looks the real deal. He's so agile. Crowd love him. As long as he doesn't end up in the New Day, he'll be all right. Because you can say the exact same things about Big E. And Big E is definitely someone that should go single and have a shot at the title. Big knee to the face by Roderick Strong, and Keith Lee goes down. You know how Slam Attack have mat relics? Maybe with AEW we get hair relics. Yes, you're right. They're working for tops. They're working for tops. So what we're actually seeing is how tops are getting all the little the little shreds of hair together. You're absolutely right. Next up, they're going to go around cutting pieces of people's shirts. You've called it, dude. It's definitely for tops. Cole versus Walter will be lit. NXT should do an NXT takeover, NXT UK pay-per-view, and do NXT versus NXT UK. That would be awesome. That's honestly one of the biggest problems I've got with NXT UK is that we don't get NXT anymore. They used to come over every year, and we don't get them now. It's just NXT UK. And I understand because they need to be over there. They've got the show every Wednesday, so they can't really afford to be doing the tour over here. But it just means that you're never going to see Keith Lee live, and you're never going to see Matt Riddle, and you're never going to see Finn Balor, and you're never going to see Johnny Gargano, and you're never going to see Tommaso Ciampa, unless they move to Raw or SmackDown or NXT UK, which clearly isn't going to happen. So, yeah, it really sucks. It sucks. But then saying that, I'm not sure they tour America that much. So I should imagine a lot of our American friends are kind of in the same boat. If you're wondering, both shows are at commercial breaks right now. We are approaching the halfway point. For me, without a shadow of a doubt, NXT is the stronger show. AEW hasn't really done anything bad. I wasn't a fan, really, of the Moxley match. I wasn't a fan of the Nyla Rose match. Thought the tag match was good. But there is one man that's just come walking out that might swing things here. Le Champion! Chris Jericho. Jericho is here. Big E, Bigger E, Biggest E. Yes, those are the name changes that are surely on the way. Want to hear a joke? NXT. Oh, Eric, you're not a fan. You're not a fan. Yeah, get your scores in, guys. I'd love to know your scores at the halfway point. For me, I think I agree with JKF there. NXT 7.5, AEW 5. AEW hasn't really done anything offensive, but there's been nothing that's really stood out either. Although the Luchasaurus return was cool. I did like the Luchasaurus return. And I might be about to enjoy Le Champion. So let's see what Le Champion has got to say. But yeah, get your scores in. I'd love to know what people think. Le Champion. AEW 7 out of 10. NXT is not a joke. AEW 7.5. NXT 7.5. NXT an 8. AEW 6. NXT 9. AEW 3. NXT 7. AEW 3. 8 and 6, says Sean Russett. Monica King says minus 4.5. Oh, no. I'm guessing 4.5 for AEW and NXT 8. Fair play. Oh, sorry, WWE Clay Sculptures. I'll find it. Oh, you did. Thank you very much, my friend. It did slip past. Really appreciate the support, WWE Clay Sculptures. Thank you very much. Right, let's see what Le Champion has got to say. Demands a thank you. Says you can boo if you want. Roster. He wants thank you from the front office, the back office, and the side office. He says he wants his thank you from people that matter, not jackasses from Nashville. He wants all the elite to thank him. To Cody. I told you I was going to prove that Cody wasn't as good as he thinks he is. Really good match on NXT, by the way. I don't want to not give that the credit it deserves. Roderick Strong getting driven into the barricade. Hello? Oh, is it Cody? Because that centerpiece is raising, so that tends to be where Cody comes from. I want this Wardlow, though. I really want this Wardlow guy. We haven't seen him yet. Oh, it's MJF! Nice! Flames shooting up. Fireworks. There's pyro on AEW. Out of the center walks MJF. I tell you what, Full Gear did establish him as one of the biggest heels in wrestling. He's coming out to Cody's music as well. He's a brilliant promo. He's a brilliant promo. Tell you what, seeing Jericho and MJF cut promos on each other is going to be one of the treats of the year. Cut the music. Let's see how this plays out. Let's change this over. This is Jericho and MJF. Sorry, but for me, AEW is the must-watch show at the moment. This is what we've been waiting for following Full Gear. Keith Lee down on one knee. Looks like he's proposing to Roderick Strong. Clothesline. Down goes Roderick Strong. Clothesline again. Screw you, says MJF. Into the corner. Big splash. Are you upset because I threw the towel in? So MJF says if he hadn't have thrown the towel in, Cody's career would be over. Keith Lee just getting a 2 count on NXT. MJF, one of the biggest heels in wrestling. MJF looks like a legit star. I agree. A-hole chance. Yes. This guy is a good heel. Vince is the biggest heel in wrestling. You might be right. Kick out by Roderick Strong. So MJF is saying that Cody doesn't care about any of them. Cody only cares about himself. You suck! There's people in the crowd. Oh, you suck! There's only one person on the planet that knows the real Cody, and that apparently is MJF. The real Cody is a liar. He's really laying into him here. Keith Lee on top. Roderick Strong getting pushed down. Days, I think Balor's new faction will help him win. Balor hasn't got a new faction, has he? He hasn't announced a new faction. Both guys are up on NXT here. Roderick Strong trying to get Keith Lee in a superplex. Looks like he's trying to get a superplex. No, Roderick Strong down. Knee to the face. Roderick Strong looking for a superplex again. Feel like he might get this. It's shaping up like he's going to hit it. They're up. There it is. Keith Lee superplexed. So MJF says, whether you like it or not, you are looking at the new face of AEW. Because I'm better than you. And you know it. Fine. Perfectly fine. Roderick Strong trying to get a Boston Crab, but Keith Lee kicking him away. See what's happening here between MJF and Chris Jericho. So MJF says he's a big fan of Chris Jericho. So they're teasing MJF joining the Inner Circle. Maxwell calls him Maxwell. This is a really interesting interaction. I can tell you that Undisputed Era have come down, but so has Tommaso. Super kick by Adam Cole. This match is descended into carnage on NXT. He calls him a jerk. MJF just called Jericho a jerk. Finn Balor's come down as well now, so Finn Balor's here. Nice. Drop kick. Matt Riddle goes into the steps. Look at Balor, man. He is shredded. Shredded? Shredded? Oh my God, can't even talk. He looks like Bruce Lee. That's the vibe I was getting. The way he was standing there. Like that. He had like a Bruce Lee vibe. Keith Lee is distracted. Knee to the head by Roderick Strong. Roderick Strong looking to put Keith Lee away. 2. Kick out. Roderick Strong gets the ropes. No! He's going to get caught. Planted by Keith Lee. 1, 2, 3. Keith Lee wins. What? Keith Lee just won? Nice. Jericho, that's a brilliant line by Jericho. Jericho says, we seem to have a lot in common. Ran through a list of things and then said, it seems like your parents got a little bit fruity about 25 years ago whilst they was watching one of my matches. That's a great line. Jericho doing Jericho things right now. So Jericho's asking, do you want to be in it? Dijakovic has come down, by the way, and I'm pretty sure this is going to be the fourth guy. I think this is going to be the fourth guy in that Survivor Series team. Dijakovic just laying out Undisputed Era. So MJF and Jericho hug. I'm not sure if this means that he is a part of Inner Circle. Cody Rhodes has come walking out. Dijakovic has cleaned house. And that looks to me like he is the fourth person. Oh, but face to face with Keith Lee. We've got drama on both shows at the moment, friends. Clearly no love lost between these two, but what incredible matches they had. Keith Lee sticks his hand out, wants to shake the hand of Dijakovic. And they shake hands, so those two are on the same page. Oh, here's Wardlow. Wardlow's here. Wardlow's here. Wardlow is beating up Cody. So Wardlow has appeared. Awful match by someone who's not cleared to wrestle. Backfired. Balor Club is the best. This dude is a diesel. Yeah, Dijakovic. So a lot has just gone on in the past 10 minutes. Dijakovic looks like he is the fourth member of the team on NXT. Cody has come down. He's currently getting beaten up by Wardlow. Wardlow in a suit. And we've got, oh, look, another hanging. Yay! Hanging, 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 yeah. This is wrestling. This is wrestling. Oh, do you know what? AEW must be the only company that saw that big boss man hanging and thought, yes, yes, we need more of that. We need more of that. People loved that when The Undertaker hung the big boss man. So let's start doing it on a regular basis on AEW. A lot of fun between MJF and Jericho. I thought Jericho in particular was funnier, more entertaining. Wardlow looks cool. He doesn't look as big as I hoped, to be honest. It's not like this towering monster that I had pictured in my mind. It just seems to be like a little bit bigger. But, you know, he's going to be a good little addition. Well, not a little addition, a good addition. Cody's being carried away. That attack was enough. Not cool on the choking with a tie. Yeah, I'm not a fan, to be honest. AEW is killing it tonight. Only thing that bothers me is the amount of negativity WWE marks shoot towards a 6-week-old company while turning a blind eye to 60% of rubbish every WWE show I've watched for 30 years. Well, look, all I would say to that is we are, or certainly I am, comparing the two shows. Now, granted, AEW is 6 weeks old when it comes to Dynamite, and NXT has obviously been going for a lot longer. And of course, they've got a lot of resources, WWE, that they can, you know, tap into. But this is the fight. They are both on at the same time. This is the war, the Wednesday night war. So you have to look at AEW and you have to look at NXT and you have to watch both shows at the same time, and it's only natural that you're going to say that's better than that one for this, this, and this. I didn't like that because of this, this, and this. And actually, I've praised AEW a lot in the past, but for me, these past few weeks, they've just been starting to slip. It's slipped. They were around that 8 out of 10 mark. Now they find themselves around a 7 and maybe even below. Seems like the build towards All Out was good, and even like the build towards Full Gear, you know, parts of that were decent. But I thought the Go Home show for Full Gear lacked a little bit, and I really feel like this lacks a bit as well. And certainly when you compare it to like what's happening on NXT at the moment. Have we got another attack? Wow, this is interesting. So now we've got another attack. Is that Jessamine Duke and Marina Shafir? So Jessamine Duke, Marina Shafir. And is that Candice LeRae? So this really could be Dakota Kai. But if this is Dakota Kai, she is like tapping into some next level stuff. Triple H is getting involved now. There's a lot of screaming and shouting going on. Okay, we got this Swerve guy. Is it Isaiah Scott? No? I don't know who it is. I can't remember his name. Is Isaiah... Yes, Isaiah Scott! Come on! Right. We've got Pac and... Is that Hangman? Looks like we've got Pac and Hangman. Becky, you think it's Becky? Pac versus H. Days rate both shows now halfway through. We did that, dude. We did that. I said I agree. I think NXT has been like a 7. Maybe not a 7. I don't know. 7.5 seems a little high. 7 to 7.5, and for me, AEW about a 5.5, something like that. Maybe a 6. I don't think AEW has been like bad. It just can't match what it's been, you know, in its first few weeks. Days, that was at you. You call it as you see it, negative and positive for both promotions. However, there are marks in the chat who only spew hate. I don't watch NXT, but I also don't trash it. Dave, that is absolutely fair enough. That comment is absolutely fair enough. If you as long as everyone's constructive, I think that's the key. That was my point. So I'm pleased that you don't think that I'm not being constructive. I'm trying to be constructive. I don't want to watch AEW and just say it's trash for no reason. Equally, you know, when we watch Raw and it's trash, I always like to say why, you know. I'm not going to sit here and say so much trash and then not explain why I think it's trash. For the record, I don't think either show is trash tonight. I do think NXT is a slightly better show, as I said. But then NXT at the moment is building towards War Games and Survivor Series, whereas AEW are just coming out of Full Gear. I actually don't know what AEW's next show is. I'm not sure. So I feel like if they were building towards their own Survivor Series, then, I don't know, maybe their shows would be at the NXT current level. It'll be an interesting test once we get past War Games and get past Survivor Series. What does NXT look like then? Because you won't have any invasions. You won't have all of these crazy storylines. So I do think there's some big tests coming up for NXT. Make no mistake about it. I really like this Bronson Reed that's on TV at the moment. So big fan of him. And obviously we've got a really good little match going on here. Hangman Page versus Pac. Missile dropkick by Pac. Always great to see these two. They always put on a good match. I don't watch AEW, but I'm pretty sure it has good and bad segments just like WWE. It absolutely does. Raw is 99% trash. Hard to argue. Days wonder what they'll do with the Fiend at Survivor Series. If they do Fiend Adam Cole, Fiend will kill Adam Cole. I don't think they will do that, buddy. I don't think they will do that. I don't see the value in the Fiend versus Adam Cole, if I'm being honest. I think there's much more exciting matches that can be done. Someone had the idea. I love the idea of Fiend versus Daniel Bryan, Adam Cole versus Walter. I love that. I'd be much more excited for that. Against the ropes goes Bronson Reed. He bounces against the ropes and then just sits down on Isaiah Scott. That's really cool. He's just sat there, arms folded. Stomped down. Shades of Yokozuna. Nice. From Hangman. Moonsault from Hangman. To the outside goes Isaiah Scott. Lex says Cody should change his ring name to Cody Stitches. It seems that he is always getting busted open. Fans should not pick and choose. This is a blessing. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, like, they're both on at the same time. So you kind of have to choose. You have to choose a show to watch live. I know, like, in this modern age, you can watch whenever you want, but actually, I wouldn't be able to watch AEW. I've got the network, and obviously NXT goes onto the network 24 hours later, so I would be forced to watch AEW live, and then I would have to watch NXT after if I wasn't watching them at the same time. And you've got fans of some shows and not fans of other shows, and you know, people want to know how the war is going as well. And it is a war. I mean, both of these shows are on at the exact same time. They've both taken shots at each other. When the ratings come out, everyone compares it. There's no way of avoiding it, unfortunately. I do understand what you're saying. We should just be grateful that we've got this new promotion. And I am. I'm definitely grateful that we've got this new promotion. I think some of the stuff they've been doing has been excellent. As we said, Cody Jericho, excellent. The promos between MJF and Jericho, excellent. This match, Pac against Hangman Page, you know, really good. I definitely want to see AEW succeed. No way am I an AEW hater. I want to see them succeed. But I do worry about some of the things that they do. That it's not the right way forward. Days totally got a haircut, by the way. Which Hall of Famer should I draw? Papa Shango or Ellsworth? Do Papa Shango. No. AEW does not put on so many matches like WWE. This gives wrestlers more moves to do. It's a good point. I wouldn't pay to watch WWE. NXT for life. They say he doesn't need the title to be relevant. Who? Hangman. I really like Chris Jericho's champion, but to be honest, I still feel Hangman should have won it first. I just think it would have been a great opportunity to have really built him to that next level. Against the ropes goes Pac. Big forearm smack. They're just smashing forearms into each other at the moment. It's good. It's like hard-hitting stuff. Pac keeps bouncing off the rope, coming back so that he's got extra momentum. And Hangman takes off his elbow pad, delivers smashes into the chin. Pac goes against the ropes, holds on to the rope. Up and over the top goes Page. We're at commercial break on NXT. Super kick by Pac. Pac going against the rope, spinning. Oh, beautiful. Shot by Pac. Pac with some, looking for like German suplexes. Hangman turns Pac inside out. Crowd going absolutely crazy for this. Crowd on their feet on AEW. Really, do you know, all credit to that crowd, because we've often said about crowds that they're very muted. They're very quiet. This crowd is really into it. Nashville on their feet, very vocal, very loud. Really good to see. We've been getting a lot of quiet wrestling crowds, but not tonight. Nashville doing a really good job for AEW. Over on NXT, we've still got Bronson Reed against Isaiah Scott, and for me, you know, this is the kind of match that needs to be on NXT Dark. This isn't the kind of match that I would put on NXT. Kick out. I do like Bronson Reed, and I know that Isaiah Scott's got a very bright future. Bronson Reed just reminds me of like a Bam Bam Bigelow. Or a Vader. Vader's an obvious comparison. Big strikes by Isaiah Scott on AEW. Pac and Hangman are outside the ring. I said on Monday, super grateful for you, the streams video. Oh, yeah, Dave. All good, my friend. All good in the hood. Yeah, I know you've been a long time supporter of the stream, so when I read your comment, I was a little concerned that you felt that I wasn't being constructive. To kick out by Pac. Because that's you know a criticism that I'm quite happy to look at if people feel that, you know, my comments aren't constructive. Yeah, I'd hate that. But no, Dave, all good, buddy, all good. Right, we've got Pac down. We've got Hangman standing over Pac. Over on NXT, we got Bronson Reed on the middle rope. He's got Isaiah Scott, but Isaiah Scott flips out. Kick to the legs, and Bronson Reed goes down. DDT by Isaiah Scott. 1, 2. Shoulder up. We got a good little match on NXT. We got a great match on AEW. Pac and Hangman Page killing it at the moment. Stomps to the head by Pac. I love Pac. Everything he does is hard hitting. It's believable. Isn't it a shame how he was treated in WWE? I mean, you look at him here, he's absolutely ripped. But he was treated like a joke. I mean, towards the end when he was in 205 Live and he was a bit moodier, that run was good. But he was still he was in 205 Live. He deserved to be like where Seth is, you know? Black Arrow into the rings. Or is it the Brutalizer, is it? I thought that used to be called the Rings of Saturn. Used to be the Red Arrow and the Rings of Saturn. Now it's the Black Arrow and the Brutalizer. See what I mean? How are you meant to keep up? I wish moves were just called one name. Do you know what I mean? I wish moves were just called one name. Like a drop kick. A drop kick is a drop kick. It's not magical fairy dust. You know, that was the Red Arrow. Then it's the Black Arrow. That was the Rings of Saturn. Now it's the Brutalizer. You got things like the Fatality and all this kind of stuff. So it's a win for Pac. Up next, we've got the Tag Team Championships. There's a beatdown backstage. Santana and Ortiz and the Young Bucks. Watching the show because it's amazing and it is adrenaline-filled AEW. It's over now. Pac 2-1 over Hangman. Yep, it's really good. Really good. Days, if both ratings are low, do you think AEW and WWE will team up to get ratings up? No, I don't. They didn't do that with WWE and WCW. So, Isaiah Scott picking up the victory on NXT. Over on AEW, we got Young Bucks and Santana and Ortiz. Oh, there's Orange! Look at that, the door bursts open and Orange... What is he doing there? Look, they're just closing the door because Orange Cassidy was just standing in the room. That was brilliant. That's my favourite moment of AEW so far. Look, what's he doing in that room? He's just standing there staring out the door. The door bursts open. He's just like... They use him so well. They haven't been putting him in, like, loads of stupid matches, which might upset a lot of people. I think we just saw MJF in catering as well. But, yeah, I love that. Yeah, that's the... There we go. Look, we're seeing the catering area of AEW. Forearm strikes here. So, Young Bucks, Tito and Ortiz, brawling. A lot of respect here between Isaiah Scott and Bronson Reed on NXT. Still to come tonight, of course, Io Shirai, Mia Yim. And we should find out who's been beating everyone up as well. To the back. Kathy Kelly is here. Orange Cassidy, it was brilliant, wasn't it? So, Kathy Kelly says she's got no leads as to who's been conducting these attacks. Hello, new match. Finn Balor. Finn Balor versus Matt Riddle has been made for War Games. There we go. Finn Balor versus Matt Riddle. Is that Peter? Peter! It is. It's Peter! Love that. Love that flag he's got up in the background. Next on NXT. Peter! Right, they're still brawling here. Tito and Ortiz and the Young Bucks. Days, if YouTube streams didn't work out, would you go to Mixer? I don't know anything about Mixer, to be honest. Thankfully, we don't have to. And to be honest, the rules that YouTube have brought in are all are like legal rules. You know, YouTube got sued. And so the guidelines they've brought in are to protect YouTube, but I think they apply straight across the internet. So, yeah, I don't know if you'll see things like Mixer respond and take a look, because they're not going to want to get sued. No, Mixer and Twitch, they're not going to want to fall into the same trap that YouTube did. So, even though these changes are going to impact YouTube, you might over time start seeing them affect other platforms. It says about games and things that are for children. Where does Fortnite stand? What about all those people that stream Fortnite? Is that for children? Is that made for children? Or the brightly coloured cartoon characters? I mean, honestly, this could just be the start of something huge. We're at commercial break for NXT, and the beatdown is still going on. They've got the sock that's got apparently like billiard balls in. Gonna look to straight across the thigh of I think that's Nick Jackson. Jennifer Lockhart says, new rule. You are no longer allowed to have a finishing move if it doesn't finish a match. Jennifer, I could not agree more. I could not agree more. It's super frustrating. Just constantly doing... I don't mind it for The Fiend. I don't think The Fiend should be kicking out of 5, but I think he should kick out of 1. Yeah? But I don't think anyone else should. Like, if you want to do it like as a rare occasion on a pay-per-view, fine. But yeah, I agree. In most matches, finishing moves finish matches. Submission holds should finish matches. Side note, loving Orange Cassidy is fun, isn't he? He is fun. I agree. And Santana and Ortiz slamming one of the Young Bucks through that platform. They should just get rid of that platform. People are always getting put through it. It's always the same place on AEW as well. It's always that spot. They should just, like, tape it off or get rid of it. Can't be needed. R.I.P. Fortnite. Fortnite has got guns. Doesn't matter. I really don't think it matters. It's aimed at kids. It is aimed at kids. You get lots of youngsters playing Fortnite. I don't even know what the age rating is on Fortnite. But I know the rules on YouTube. You can't have cartoons and games and toys and things like this. I hope the games are fine. Don't get me wrong. I'm not sitting here saying that they should go. I don't want that. I don't want that at all. But I'm just saying that where do you draw the line? That's my point. Where do you draw the line? Hopefully they draw the line, somewhere reasonable. Because all that would happen is Fortnite would come back out with updated graphics that would be a bit more realistic rather than being so cartoony. Maybe put a bit of swearing in their games or something. I don't know. That's what I'm saying. I just don't know where the line is. We're at commercial break on NXT. I think there's a little promo, actually, for the Forgotten Sons. Still all-out carnage here. The Young Bucks and Santana and Ortiz. It was a really good beatdown. It was a really good beatdown. Rick and Morty, Dragon Ball, and adult cartoons. YouTube is killing YouTube. Days, you excited for Balor Riddle? I am. Roman Reigns. AEW doing a show now. No more just wrestling. Days, it's Dakota. Is it? Have we found that out? That was a really good beatdown between the Bucks and Santana and Ortiz, so respect to them for that. Right, the Bruiserweight is coming down. Always good to see Peter. Pete Dunne is here. Next week, Santana and Ortiz versus Private Party. So, Peter is here. Young Bucks just got destroyed. Hello, is this Killian Dane? It is Killian Dane. Darby Allin versus Jon Moxley next week as well. Killian Dane. Days, Phil Brooks is in the chat. There we go, dude. He is popping up everywhere, isn't he, at the moment? Right, SCU. So this is going to be the title match, isn't it? I mean, wow. Gotta admit, this has... Oh, hello. Damian Priest is here. Damian Priest has come out. Damian Priest and Pete Dunne going at it. SCU versus... I can't even remember who they're facing now. Come back to that because Killian Dane's come down. Is this going to be a triple threat, do you think? Pete Dunne, Killian Dane, and Damian Priest at War Games? Triple threat match? I don't know if there's any room on the card, actually. You've got the War Games match. You've got Finn Balor, Matt Riddle. You're going to have a women's match. I suppose there's still 2 slots, isn't there? So they could do it. You need to do... Oh, yeah, they're going to do a tag match. I suppose they can't do tag team championship, can they? That guy went down a dream. Did you see Damian Priest smack that guy and he was like... Down he went. Nice, got him up. Whoa! Hurls him to the outside. I'm glad there's people out there. Days, what's your ratings right now? I think it's actually got closer. I think that beatdown was excellent. So, I'm probably around a 6.5 now for AEW and 7.25 for NXT. Feel like NXT has kind of started to drift a little bit. I thought Bronson Reed, Isaiah Scott was so-so. So, you know, I feel like that started to drift. So, about 7.25 for NXT. But AEW has actually started to improve. Everyone is down on NXT at the moment. Ladder match. Is it the ladder match now? Really excited for that. Haven't got to that bit yet. They're still showing replays of Damian Priest taking out Peter! So, we got SCU in the ring. Of course, still champions. Mia Yim backstage. It's going to be a great match, man. So excited for this. Mia Yim versus Io Shirai. The genius of the sky. Need to have a look, see who SCU are facing. SCU are in the ring, but I'm not sure who they're going up against. Mia Yim. Dakota's here. Things are crazy. Is it Dakota? Right. Okay. Dakota says to Mia Yim, I've got your back. I think it is Dakota, innit? Dakota seems very heelish there to me. God, SCU is still cutting promos. Hello, Suki Streams. Hope you are well. I had AEW at 5. The promo battle and the beatdown have taken it to a 7. Fair play. Days, it's SCU versus... Oh, it is. You're absolutely right. Thank you. I forgot who they were facing. And I never would have remembered that. You're right. It is Sammy and Jericho. It might be Jericho 2 belts. Might be Jericho 2 belts. It's not confirmed to be Dakota, but it makes sense. Yeah, from what I just saw. What are you drinking? I am drinking Coke Zero, my friend. Coke Zero. It's what all of us cuties drink. Yeah. In fairness, I've been drinking it for a while, even when I wasn't a cutie. Days, it's not confirmed to be Dakota yet, but it makes sense because Ripley picked Nox and Yim before her, so she will turn heel and join Baszler. But we just saw the Jessamine Duke and Marina Shafir have been attacked. So whoever's doing it is taking out a lot of people, even heels, even Baszler's friends. So that's the only kind of question mark that I've got is I think NXT want to end on a big talking point, and honestly, I'm going to say this is Becky. I'm going to say it's Becky. I'm going to say that it's a big name. I'm going to say it's Becky. Could you imagine if it was Ronda? Jesus, could you imagine if it's Ronda? Could you imagine if this is a Ronda Rousey return? Could you imagine if it's AJ Lee? We've already had CM Punk back. Imagine if AJ Lee's here. You see, with WWE, you look at it and you go, it's going to be Dakota. But this isn't a normal time, is it? I think we're allowed to dream big. Do you know what? Let's do it. Let's dream big. Let's go big. I'm going to say Becky. I'm going to say Becky. It will still be Dakota Kai, because then she will have a better chance. So Baszler can't. That would make sense, yeah. So that Baszler can't choose her friends. Got you. Hey, she look like Eli Drake. I'm gonna say that's good. I don't know. I feel like he's all right. I'm not sure if he's on my cutie pie level, to be honest. Eagles Lair says chat ocean, and the absolute exhaust him. And watching the show, it's amazing. It's so adrenaline filled. AEW, fire, 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 fire. So I'm guessing that's 6 fires out of 10. No, I'm guessing you say you're enjoying it. It's good. It's a good show. Sammy Guevara is making his way down. Cole versus Dijakovic ladder match next week. Is there? You're a little bit ahead of me. Days, would you want Balor to win clean or with the help of a debuting faction? Ooh, I would want a clean Balor win. Clean Balor win. I gotta be honest. I know that this is wrestling and screwy finishes and outside interference is all part of the game. But honestly, I just think that for this match, let's do a proper battle. Let's do a proper match. Matt Riddle falling just short. He's still not quite there yet, is he? So yeah, let's. I don't think it's unfair to say Matt Riddle's not on Balor's level yet. So I'd give the win to Balor. And then, you could even turn Riddle. That's what happens when you try to say Matt Riddle as one word, middle. You get middle. So yeah, I would turn middle heel. I think that'd be really interesting. Could you imagine heel middle? Here, Yim on her way. Love her music as well. I'm going down to London tomorrow. I'm on a train tomorrow going to London. I will 100% be listening to Mia Yim's entrance music, Dakota Kai's entrance music, Alistair Black's entrance music, Bianca Belair's entrance music. Might be something else in there, but those are my 4 go-to entrance musics. Let me know yours. If you was on a train going somewhere, what entrance music would you put on? Those are the 4 I love the most. Bianca Belair, Dakota Kai, Mia Yim, Alistair Black. I do like Matt Riddle's as well. That. Io Shirai making her way down. Screaming her head off. Cutie Pie Days, you're absolutely right. The Fiend's music. Oh, the Fiend's music is good. Yes, good shout. Fiend's music is good. Days, could you imagine the Fiend attacking someone? And also question, did you see they advertised the Fiend or Funhouse on SmackDown? They advertised something for... He's going to be on SmackDown, but we don't know what we're getting yet. There we go. Mia Yim, Io Shirai. We've got 10 minutes or so to go. Street Profits music is cool. It is cool. You are right, dude. Match is already taking place. You're behind. It's the delay that Twitter have put on. Twitter? YouTube? Imperium, Undisputed. Alistair Black. Imperiums is cool. Undisputed is cool. Yeah, you are right. Undisputed is cool. Original Nakamura. Yes. Io Shirai with a suicide dive. Already going for that ladder. We still these are both the main events we've got here. Nakamura face theme. Yes, it was good. These are like Undisputed Era, Orton, and Styles. Undisputed Era's music. A lot for Undisputed Era. Mia Yim getting that ladder, putting it in the ring, but Io Shirai using it to kick Mia Yim in the face. Bit harsh. Yeah, grabbing the leg of Io. Going over to a ladder that's on the floor. Kind of tries to slam her onto it, but it didn't look brilliant, if I'm being honest. Got high hopes for this match. I've really got high hopes for this match. I can't say I've got high hopes for Jericho, Sammy Guevara, SCU. I'm just not a fan of single stars being in tag team matches, but saying that, I do like this team. You've got Jericho, who is the AEW champion, and then you've got his like little protege in Sammy Guevara. So I don't mind this team, in all honesty. But they are going up against the tag team champs, and I really don't think they should win. So I'm hoping SCU win clean. I always think that tag teams should beat two single stars that have been thrown together. Even if these two single stars are in a stable. Shirai almost got thrown into a ladder that was set up on the outside of the ring. But she managed to duck underneath. I love Baron Corbin's music. I like my version of it where I changed the lyrics. Days, oh my god, holy moly. Bray messaged me and said Daniel will face The Fiend on Friday. I could believe that. I believe that you will see some interaction between The Fiend. I think Friday's going to be a really big day. And we will be streaming. We will be streaming. Fear not. We're going to have to do it from a hotel, and I'm going to have to be quiet. But we will be streaming. And I'll have a chat with Evan, and we'll try and sort out the championship stuff. So we'll get that sorted as well for Friday. I'll have a think about Wheels of Fun as well. Mia Yim is on the outside. So is Io Shirai with the ladder. Drop toe takedown on AEW. Sammy Guevara in the ring at the moment. Who do you want to win the ladder match? That's a good question, Sue. To be honest, I've said before that I don't care about the. I'm looking forward to the match. It's a ladder match, but I don't care who gets the advantage because I don't believe it is an advantage. Because they're fighting to see who is going to be able to always have one extra person in War Games. But the truth is, that advantage lasts for like 2 seconds. Like, once everyone is in, the match starts and it's even then. So I don't really feel like there is much of an advantage to this. They can try and make out that there is, but I do feel like it's a flawed match. I think it's a great match idea, but I just think elements of it are wrong. I mean, it takes 20 minutes till the match actually even starts. And one team has the advantage. I like the fact they're fighting to figure out what team gets that advantage. But as we've said, it's no advantage at all. It's no advantage at all. That's the only thing I find a little bit disappointing with War Games. personally, and I said this, I think, on the last stream, I really, really wish that the match could be won at any point. I feel like, the match should start when the match starts. And if it's 2-on-1 and you can get the pin and other people haven't even had a chance to get in, so be it. That's the match. I know people like it for all the big crazy spots, but it is what it is. Once the match is over, then, the cages can be opened and people can rush down and then you can get a big brawl in the ring and you'll still get your spots. So, yeah, I don't mind who wins. I actually like both women as well. I like Mia Yim and Io Shirai. I think if I had to choose, I'd lean towards Io. But I really like Mia Yim. Over on AEW, we're well underway with the tag match. It's been a decent match. It's been a good match. I definitely want SCU to retain. We've got a ladder down in the ring at the moment with Io Shirai and Mia Yim battling it out, looking for a suplex. Oh! Io Shirai suplexed onto the ladder. Mia Yim took some of that as well. You can see that Mia Yim took some of that damage. Woo, boy! Waiting for Dakota to come out because the NXT crowd and me know it was her. What if you've been hoodwinked? What if they've made it seem like it's Dakota, but it's not? Is it going to be that big of a talking point if it turns out to be Dakota? What if Becky comes running down? Just saying. Evan Harris says, by days, NXT 4 out of 5. AEW 2 out of 5. Yes, Evan, thank you. I will drop you a Twitter message. Might be quite a long Twitter message. I'll probably write it on the train tomorrow once I've got my head around a few things. But yeah, we'll see. Yeah, appreciate it, Evan. Thank you. Have a good night. Obviously, we haven't got a great deal of time left. AEW has got about 5 minutes or so left, and I can tell you at the moment, NXT is at commercial break. Sammy Guevara looks to be in control. Daze, do you think The Fiend will change the colour of the Universal title to blue since he's on SmackDown? I don't know. I mean, they've put the side plates on it. I personally, I want a custom belt. I want it to be especially for The Fiend. Nice Spanish fly on AEW by Sammy Guevara. I want a custom belt. I think if he just changes it blue, people would be disappointed. What if it's Bayley, Scott? That would be awesome. That would be very, very cool. Could you imagine if Ronda's music hits? Well, we were told she was coming back very soon, but it wouldn't make sense as to why she's beating up Jessamine Duke and Marina Shafir. Seeing as they're her bros. So, I'm not sure. Maybe Becky or Bayley makes more sense. I feel like NXT haven't had any invasions on this show. And I feel like they're saving a big moment till the end. They want that moment that everyone's going to be talking about. Big part of the Wednesday Night War is, what's trending on Twitter, what's capturing everyone's imagination, what is the wrestling world talking about? Is Dakota Kai going to be big enough? That's my only question mark. I feel like they need a Becky or a Bayley or someone like that, Sasha. Imagine that. Sasha with a kendo stick just comes walking down in a boss attire. Lovely work by Io. She's got a bit of a head scissors wrapped round there. $619 by Io Shirai. Ronda should return and go to NXT. I said this about CM Punk in my CM Punk video. I said that if he comes back, I would have him in NXT. I'd have NXT as his home. Of course, you can still use him on Raw, and you can still use him on SmackDown to make appearances. But I would put him on NXT. I mean, straight away, you've got Finn Balor, CM Punk, Johnny Gargano, CM Punk. You've got Tommaso Ciampa versus CM Punk, Matt Riddle versus CM Punk. And it's really not a problem to do whatever match you want to do when it comes to, like, WrestleMania. I just have CM Punk. I know people don't like wild cards, but I'm telling you, if CM Punk turned up and started an issue with Brock Lesnar, no one's complaining. Just think of, even if he's in NXT for a good few weeks, just think of the ratings boost that would give NXT. Chris Jericho is tagged in and he's chopping away on Scorpio Sky. Scorpio Sky down and clubbing on Chris. We're still underway with the ladder match as well. Liv Morgan. Yeah, my God, could you imagine? You're right. What if it is Liv Morgan? Jesus Christ, the internet will explode. The internet would explode. Jesus, could you imagine if it is Liv? You're right. Absolutely right. If it's Liv, that would be perfect. That would be perfect. I'd love it, actually, if Dakota Kai comes running down, yeah? Starts beating up on Io Shirai, stands in front of Mia Yim, and Mia's like looking at her questioning, saying, "It was you? Is it you? Have you been doing all this?" And then all of a sudden, some brand new music hits and out comes Liv Morgan. That'd be sick. So good. I haven't seen, actually. It's a NXT briefcase. We've never seen one of these before. Gotta tell you, I'd love a Mia Yim figure with that ladder and briefcase. Could you imagine that? Sorry, Mia Yim collectible. Small package by Scorpio Sky, and Scorpio Sky picks up the win. Scorpio Sky rolls up Chris Jericho. Jericho, I don't think, had lost any match, had he? That's brilliant. SCU just get the victory. And Jericho loses a match and he looks shocked. He looks absolutely shocked. Jericho loses. And it's Jericho that was pinned. Look at his face. He looks disgusted. Can't believe it. He's frustrated, man. He's chucking chairs into the ring. He's throwing the table over. Very upset, Chris Jericho. He's got the barricade. He's trashing the ringside. Over on NXT, Io is slamming. Oh my God, she's using the ladder. Driving the ladder into Mia Yim. AEW has finished. AEW for me. That's a nice moment at the end. 6.5 out of 10 for AEW. Perfectly fine show. Just not really anything of note, to be honest. I thought the beatdown was very good. Let's go over. We're getting towards the business end here. Cephas, 79 days, looking good with the fresh cut. Either has a hot date job interview or TV appearance. Thank you very much to Cephas79. Really, really appreciate the support, dude. Genuinely appreciate the support. Wrestling Shop Live, buddy. That's what's coming up. So actually, none of what you said. No TV appearances. No job interviews. No hot dates. Well, unless you call meeting some of you guys a hot date. And I'm excited. Hopefully, some of you guys will be there. But yes, Wrestling Shop Live this Saturday, Sunday in London. Nice. Right, I'll tell you that AEW has finished. What the hell have we got on AEW? Some kind of an interview setting up? We need to keep our eye on NXT. So Io Shirai has crawled over to the ladder. Mia Yim is down. It's been a good match. The height that Io Shirai got from that springboard dropkick. Look at that. So it's just Io Shirai in the ring on her own at the moment, desperately trying to set this ladder up. Is that going to bring down Dakota Kai, do we think? Look, she's struggling here. No, refs can't help her or anything. It doesn't look like Mia Yim is moving. Io Shirai setting up this ladder. No movement by Mia Yim. All right, Mia Yim's actually been receiving medical attention. Io Shirai clearly got some discomfort here. She's really struggling to climb this ladder. She's like on her knees. Why is the ref saying, are you... she's slowing her down. The ref's like saying, are you all right? We're in the middle of a match. Mia Yim is getting up though. Mia Yim grabbing Io. Pulls Io off the ladder. Mia Yim starts to climb. Mia is the chant by the NXT crowd, but Io grabs the legs of Mia. Suplex, German suplex by Io Shirai, the genius of the sky. The ladder gets pushed away. Oh, I'll tell you what, screaming in her face. Oh, difficult knees to watch. Big knees. Jennifer Lockhart says, Days, can we at least get the Wheel of Fun theme? My night will feel so dark without it. I honestly don't know is the answer. You might have to have an AEW Dark Night because I've really got to read up on it. I saw something about songs. I'm not lying. I saw something about songs. Apparently songs might mean that the watch-along is made for kids. Apparently adults aren't allowed to enjoy songs. Mia Yim goes down to the outside. So Io Shirai, she's got to be looking for that moonsault. Here comes Dakota. Dakota Kai has come down. Now Dakota Kai is checking on Mia Yim. She's going to turn, isn't she? She's going to turn. She's going to turn. She's... Oh no, Io has just taken out Dakota. So Io Shirai has taken out Dakota Kai and Mia Yim. So I don't think Dakota Kai is working with Io because Io has just taken both of them out. So Dakota Kai is down. Mia Yim is down. Io Shirai is getting into the ring. This is high drama here at the end of NXT. Who has been beating up all of these NXT female superstars throughout the show? We thought it was Dakota Kai. Could still be Dakota Kai. Io, though, in the ring on her own, setting up a ladder and starting to climb. Dakota Kai getting in, though. Dakota Kai going after Io Shirai. She's looking for a sit-down powerbomb and gets it. So sit-down powerbomb. Looks like she's trying to help Mia Yim. Look, she's pushed Mia Yim into the ring. She's helping Mia Yim. Oh, I did not expect this. I did not expect this. Who's come down? Who's come down? Kaylee Ray. Kaylee Ray. Kaylee Ray's here from NXT UK. Did not expect this. Ah, Mia Yim. Mia Yim to the outside. Goes crashing through a ladder. What? Why is she even here? No, she's helping Io. This is madness. Why does she care? What? So is it her? Has she been beating up everyone? Io is getting that briefcase. The NXT UK Women's Champion is here and is the difference maker. Io Shirai sits atop of the ladder, holds that briefcase in the air that's going to give her that advantage at War Games. That is cool. Didn't expect it. So, Kaylee Ray might have just inserted herself into this. That's going to be a really good advert for NXT UK. Really good spotlight for Kaylee Ray. I mean, to be honest, yes, I wanted more, you know, in the sense of Bayley, Liv Morgan. I loved the Liv Morgan idea that the chat came up with. But you got to admit, that was a surprise. Kylie Ray coming down. Wow. Brilliant. I feel like Days is, since Finn Balor went right, I think he's just trying to recreate that moment. Literally just living the moment. If you've been watching enough of the watch-alongs, then you'll know that that comment you just made is not true. Hey Days, I'm catching the end rare for Wednesdays. I'm liking the new look. Thank you very much. It's all set up for Wrestling Shop Live. But yeah, I mean, what a point to join here, because obviously we've got this epic moment which none of us called. None of us predicted this. And what's really interesting is there is a spot on the team, on the Shayna Baszler team, and as we said, that could be a big, big advert for NXT UK. And also, does it increase the chances of Walter getting onto the card? Because if they're finding room for the women's NXT UK champion, you know, maybe they're going to find a place for... Is this Shayna coming down? Shayna making her way out as well now. Applause. There's Kaylee. Waving back at Shayna. So they're going to have the advantage in War Games. Io Shirai on... Ah! Bayley! Bayley's here! Bayley is here! Bayley attack! Ah! Bayley is here! So it was Bayley! Was it Bayley? It must have been Bayley. Oh, what? What a way to end the show! Double swerve! That is epic. That is epic. Saving it right to the very end. Like, I thought that was it. Kaylee Ray came down, and that was it. NXT UK didn't call it. And then out of nowhere, Baszler comes walking out. And Bayley from behind. And literally, it was done so well. It was done so well, because literally 2 seconds later, I mean, look, I'm straight onto some kind of film now. I'm in the Dominican Republic. So... Anything can happen at any time. This is a mental time to be a WWE fan. Anything can happen at any time. Is this a Fast and Furious film? I think this is Fast and Furious. I know Vin Diesel when I see Vin Diesel. I have never seen any of these films. So, yeah, I think I'm now currently watching Fast and Furious. NXT went over time limit. NXT is the best show. Get your scores in. Get your scores in. I would love to know your... Bayley did it for the people. I gotta tell you, that last match was excellent. Last match was excellent. Loved the ladder match. We all thought... This is what we were saying. We all thought Dakota Kai... In fact, it was a triple swerve. because we thought Dakota, she came down, it wasn't Dakota, swerve number 1. Then it turned out to be Kaylee Ray. Oh my God, swerve number 2. And then out of nowhere you get Bailey. Swerve number 3. So, 8 out of 10. 8 out of 10. I thought there were parts of the show that was a little bit, do you know what I mean? Like, Bronson Reed, Isaiah Scott, it was alright. It was alright. There's parts of this show I can't make out it's the best thing since sliced bread. But there's parts of it that were absolutely amazing. That Leo Rush match, I think, was probably the best match of the night out of both shows. So I think the show started off really hot. The start, the end. We got some really good stuff in the middle, what with like Keith Lee and Roderick Strong and Finn Balor's promo. And I feel like an 8 is very, very fair. I can see a lot of people saying 9, and I ain't going to argue. I'm at an 8. That was a great ending, though. That was a really great ending. Right, guys, it is Fast and Furious. Yay! Knew it. You show me that woman. I don't know her name. Probably someone Rodriguez, I think. Michelle Rodriguez. And Vin Diesel. Called it. Knew straight away. Bosh. Fast and Furious. I don't know which one. 20. Fast and Furious 20. But yes, it is. Oh man, that was so good. Wednesday nights are the best. It was a lot of fun, wasn't it? Thank you all so much for joining us. I really, really appreciate it. I appreciate this was a very different stream as well. And we're gonna learn more over the next couple of weeks in regards to like the whole YouTube changes. But yeah, let's wait and see how it all plays out. We are streaming SmackDown, okay? Normal time. We're going to be in a hotel. It's going to be a bit weird. But we are streaming SmackDown. So, yes, we will be back on Friday. I'm going to speak to Evan about the championships. I'm not sure what we're going to do. I mean, to be honest, I wonder if there's a way that, you know, we can do Wheel of Fun off the streams. I can't control what you guys do, let's put it that way. I can't control what you guys do. If there's a way of moving the wheel off me and onto the chat, you know, I don't know. I'm having to, like, dance around and with the rules now. But what I'm saying is, don't lose heart. I'm sure we will find a way forward. All right? I'm sure we will find a way forward. Awesome, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Really, really, this one honestly more than ever, because it was a weird one. Really appreciate the support. Genuinely do. And we will be back on Friday night. Thanks a lot for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye for now.